Alright, so I may have had my mic muted, but at least I figured that out before I said something that was, life-changing, you know? What does it sound like when I'm eating? If I'm eating something, what does it sound like? Nom nom. Talkie 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 walkie talkie talkie. Just the gibberings and jabberings of a crazed man. Can I like my own videos? I can. Do people normally like their own videos? I normally like my own content. I haven't been doing it on YouTube though. Well, oh, now it has 2 likes. Did my like count for 2? The heck is happening? Wait. What? I'm legit kind of freaked out. Is there someone else watching right now? Is there another chat member that it's not showing because YouTube's being a little weird right now? That liked the video? Because I gotta know now. It's only showing 1 viewer, and that's me. So I can see chat. That's freaking me out, dude. That's freaking me out. I don't know how I feel. Don't feel good about it, that's for sure. We're gonna switch out of this gear, first off, because the gear that canonically defines this character for me is top hat and Charred Hunter outfit until you get to this, which requires the church trousers / dress. This is, to me, the canonical Dorothy design. I just feel like, I don't know. There's something horrible about it that you just kind of hate. Anyway, we're not starting yet. What we're gonna do is we're gonna just keep going back and forth to the Hypogean Guile. All you kids gonna watch this in the future be like, Five Nights at Freddy's and I don't know, other... The heck was that? And then other, like, references that you'd know and make. Get a load of this one, alright? Whose theme goes with everything? Huh? Huh? So last time, to recap, I went on a pretty hardcore rampage, killing everything. It was pretty dope. We defeated the witches of Whimsy. The witches of Whimsy. We also... Let's see, what else did we kill? Oh, we defeated the lower area after the Hunter brothers. Got all those guys taken care of. We did the witches. Oh, actually, that whole area, because that whole thing was a thing. That was the whole thing. What else did we do in the last episode? Jeez, I don't remember. It's only been a week. What could have happened within the week to make me forget what happened last week? Right? I don't remember. I honestly am drawing a blank on what happened. We explored around here. We got the workshop item to actually like infuse ourselves with runes. So we're runey. I'm looking for something that's going to pop out that I acquired. Oh yeah, we experienced the old workshop. Yep, we did all that stuff too. Went down in the depths. Wow, yeah, we did accomplish quite a bit. Last episode. And then I've learned some things as well. I've learned some pretty wondrous things since then. Which we'll start with, actually. Let me start making a I was slacking, alright? I'm gonna admit. I was slacking. I didn't make a to-do list for myself. I just kind of know what I want to do. I haven't even updated. Yeah, we went past the two Hunter brothers. We defeated the witches of Hemwick. Healing Church Workshop. We did the fate of the jerk and the whore. DBP. There we go, DBP. That's gonna be our nickname for him. He's gonna be great. I think I can accomplish felling DBP. We'll see if we can make it that far today. There we go. I got my to-do list. I got what I want to get done. Most definitely at some point we will be switching to Tonitrus, because it's a good weapon, and right now I'm grinding out stones before the episode starts, and probably a little bit into the episode being started, actually. Even though we will come across some naturally. You're gonna put up a little bit of a fight, aren't you? Yes, you are. You're dead. Okay, good. Twins? Nice. How many does that give us? 8. Is that enough? That might be enough. Oh yeah, we killed this guy like this last time, and he went through the thing. Oh, right, the church woman that's in the Hypogean Gal in the jail. We sent her to the church. We did that as well. Mustn't forget. Okay. We're gonna give this one more little run through. Just one more. Maybe 2 more. I don't know. What time is it? Oh, it is 7. I'll do this last run through, because I do want to get started on making some progress on what I want to accomplish today. Okay. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Ow. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen. He's gone to heaven, so I've got to be good, so I can see my baby when I leave this world. Oh, where can my baby be? The Lord took her away from me. She's gone to heaven, so I've got to be good, so I can see my baby when I leave this world. Ow! It's a very sad song, but it's catchy as heck. Who sings that song? Chat, figure it out for me. Now and in the future, because I'm not going to take time later today or even tomorrow to figure that out. I need people to do that for me specifically. I don't think this is enough. I think I need like 9 to upgrade the threaded cane the final time that it needs to be upgraded. I think.
I stink. Ho-ho.
Nice. Stink. Listen, I know you're sleepy, but I can't deal right now, alright? Oh, I have enough. Booyah. And then, lastly, we're going to upgrade Tornatus as much as we can, just because it's a good weapon to have. And that's going to be our loadout for a while. We're gonna give Threaded Cane. Oh, we have a choice here. Not really. One choice is just, you know, better than the other. So as you can see, compared to the two, this one has more physical attack up, obviously, but it also has a 0.8 slow poison effect. So that's neat. We're gonna do that. And as far as our other blood gems, are we kind of just Our blood gem upkeep is doing alright. We're looking fine. Alright, it's time then. It is now time to start by, last time, since we did go to the workshop that is in the real world, or whatever you want to call it, not the Hunter's Dream old workshop, old abandoned workshop, we acquired an item by giving the doll in the Hunter's Dream the comb, the hair ornament. And she shed a tear and asked, "Hunter, could this..." Let me try to actually do my best doll impression. "Farewell, good Hunter. Hunter, could this be joy?" She's kind of like, she almost has like a French to her. That's probably not true. I've never met someone, that's actually also not true. I have met someone who's French. I just have never met someone who's a doll, cries, stones, and is also French at the same time. Usually I only meet one or the other. Anyway, I looked it up just to make sure, and this thing only serves the purpose of giving us, when we use it, the tear blood gem. And if I was wrong about that, please light me on fire, because I want to know what else is possible with this tear stone. I didn't see anything. So unless the official, like, Bloodborne Wikipedia page, like the Bloodpedia or Wikiborn or whatever it's called, was lying to me, we're gonna have some problems. And I believe this can only be put on your firearms? So it's either we do a crap ton of damage with it, or we have a +2 HP recovery. And to be honest, let me just double check that. Oh, we can put this on anything. But even then, what do we have right now? We've got... You know, actually... We have a total of 3 if we put it on this weapon. Or, alternatively, we put it on the threaded cane. And then we can, not only, for the price of tanking our stats, we can have HP recovery on both weapons. However, I really don't want to tank the stance of the threaded cane. I think I said tank the stance, but I meant tank the stats. So we're just going to put the tear blood gem on this guy here. Only one of them increases skill scaling, but nothing's giving us immediate returns. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're good. We're good. This is also giving us a big fire modifier, so it's just doing fire damage right now anyway, I believe. So we have, like, Fire Saw, which I think is cool. It might not be good, but I think it's cool. And that's what matters. Remember, we had this discussion. So we've got Poison Whip, and then we have Healing Fire Saw. That's basically what our loadout is. And I think we've struck something pretty beautiful because of that. Yes, I know you've drifted off. You do that often.
Very well.
What we're gonna do now... How many level ups do we get? We get 1 level up. We're gonna go ahead and just do, like, Vit. That's good. Yeah, that's good. I like... if I'm about to go into doing something, I like to have as minimal amount of blood echoes as I can. Then I feel like I can kind of be more exploratory, more fun that way. Because I'm like, I'm not about to bet the farm on Demon Jail. Name one person that you know that you can point to in a room of familiar people. But you could say, hey, that man over there, that woman over there, I know for a fact she bet the farm on a demon jail. Well, guess what? That person you're pointing to, it ain't me. It ain't me, brother. Alright? Alright? Okay, we're good. So I told you guys last episode, at the end, before the stream got cut off, And I was just talking and playing this video game that I would be continuing and finishing the Hypogean Jail, or Gallow today, and I intend to. The last bit we need to do is down that corridor. Now you might be thinking, well, go do it then. What's the holdup? Well, there's something I don't like down there. Quite a few things. That's really all I have to say. And there's one now. So, remember that? The witch we killed? Those witches we killed? And how last episode we also saw roaming around here are those enemies? Well, they're in this room. And there's some jerk placement here that if you wander out, she will grab you. She will leap at you to grab you. And it does like half damage. It's very mean. Look at you, spacing me out. I don't think so. This thing is very good for taking out single enemies. Like just spacing out people with this thing. Bosses though, it's not the best. It's not the best. So we got one more over here. Oh, she ran outside. Nope, she's right there. Boom. Shut up. You pebble dropping punk. Alright, so throughout the rest of this area, we've got these unassuming local guys that are just laying down, just chilling, completely unarmed, but they will attack us. And we don't want to be attacked, right? It's generally a good. So we're just gonna, as all hunters do, mercilessly kill the unassuming local guys. Next we're gonna go this side of the room. We're gonna wait to get our spoils. I don't even need to lock on for these guys with the whip. That's how much the whip is so good. Unless it tinks. Then it's a little sketchy. Nice! 6 blood vials. Oh, vials. Also, how many blood vials are we cooking with? If I look here, will it tell me how many are in the box? Where are they? It's not... The heck are the blood vials? I guess I can't see them there. Or maybe they're there and I'm just blind for some reason. It's always a possibility. My sight so far as I know, has not gotten worse the last time I've had it checked. So, you saw me? Oh, well, please. Continue to approach me, sir. I don't mean to take away your... You doing alright there, man? Listen, dude, alright. We got a show to do, and if you're just gonna continue to get stuck on that wall, I gotta take you off the show, man. Actors, am I right? Tell these just blokes off the street. Gonna make you a star, see? And what happens? They're not made into a star. I love the fire. Oh, it's so cool. It's such a cool effect. Nice, okay. And then we got just one left in here, yeah? Because the other one just wandered out, which was really lucky. You know what? I think we can just, as it is, we can just sneak up on this guy. Because normally, this one you can sneak up on easy, right? But the other one will see you if you attempt that. And since he already came out, maybe we're good. Also, I'm sorry. I believe I've neglected to activate my hand lantern for the episode. Or this life, at least. Yeah, there we go. We're good. So we can get a back attack 1. And then just do it again, as the saying goes. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Okay, here's the thing. Alright, here's the thing. Now, I know I made kind of a big fuss that this room was going to be difficult and annoying and scary, because I didn't like the things down here, and I stand by all of those statements. I do not like the things that were down in this room that I slaughtered. Easily, mind you. I will, you know. I pat myself on the back of the shoulder there. Back of the shoulder? That would be the front of my shoulder. Okay, here, hold on. If you say, give someone a pat on the back of their shoulder, something like that, would you consider the back of something to be the opposite side of what you normally see? So if people normally see my face, that's my head, right? So if I said the back of my head, would that be, you know, the other side of my head? Right? So if I say the back of the shoulder, and normally, from my perspective, the owner of my shoulder, I see the top of it. So would the back of my shoulder be my armpit? Anyway, moving through here. Moving through here. We have this cool little tunnel. And, something that's not so nice. Not so nice. However, we're not doing it alone. Ring-a-ding-ding! Soup's on! Let's get ready to greet this guy. Hello! Okay, you're sizing me up. Thank you. So this guy's got a weapon that we haven't seen before. He's got like a spear thing. I think it's a glaive or something. I don't know. And then he's got the flame sprayer, which is interesting. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I said I was slacking earlier. Earlier I said I was slacking, and that's true. I only prepared for this episode what I was able to play, I think, a total of 3 hours ago. So I just did this fight on my other profile, and it was difficult, but I figured it out. Unfortunately, I figured it out using a method where I basically, more or less, cheese the fight with the ability of a certain heavy weapon. I don't have that luxury this time. However, my best runs I had ya boy, Old Hunter, Defector, and Ontil. And we're gonna call him Defector Ant. Alright? So, Old Hunter, Defector Ant and I, we're gonna try to defeat everyone's favorite DBP. Ask yourselves, who is DBP, Nathan? You're about to find out. Dark Beast Carl. He's like the cat no one's ever wanted to own. That's bad. Here's a good tip for this fight, if you haven't done this before, and if you just are kind of new to Bloodborne still. I know I've mentioned it before, but this game does feature counter hit. So if you are... Oh, my boy needs to stop attacking right now. He needs to heck back. Okay, my bullets are not doing anything. If you are being attacked, or you're about to be hit by a giant move like I was, it's best not to do anything. Because if you get counter hit, you will take more damage, and you might actually get one shot that way. And that's not good. So it's best to... Sometimes you just gotta walk it back and take the hit, which is really unfortunate, but... He's down. Now what I've learned... That's not good. What I've learned is good, though, however, against this boss, is you gotta bully him. gotta not let him have the time of day. Oh gosh. See, I made a mistake there where I let him get away. Oh boy. He's gonna run. Please. Hey buddy, how you doing? Ow. Ow. There we go! Yeah, baby! Woo, man! Okay, I was sweating this guy. Might have been easier because I was using the, a spear weapon, but... Or, sorry, a saw weapon. Oh, sorry, I didn't give you the correct... Oh, dunk on him. Bow to Defector Ant. That is the way you want to... She's old, alright? She needs to take a break every once in a while. Give it to her. Let her have this. I'm actually very proud that we're not even 30 minutes into the technical episode, and I've already beaten Dark Beast Pearl. Because this boss took me a long time to beat on my other profile, and I was able to do it earlier today, figured out how to do it, and I was able to replicate it like that. The trick, you gotta wail on him. You cannot... Once he's, like, not electrified, he's in basically, like, wuss mode, you could call it, and he's more prone to run. So if you can get ahead of his running and start charging a heavy attack, and that lands, then you're going to be doing massive damage, and once he reignites his electricity, that, like, if you also are prepared with a heavy attack, fully charged, you're that much closer to bringing him out of it. Plus... having a buddy with you, having a Defector Ant with you, because he's using some pretty heavy artillery as well. I think that weapon's pretty beefy. That also helps add more hits, additional hits, to get him out of that state. So it gives Dark Beast Pearl, it gives DBP more health in the long run, but with the strategy, it's easier that way. So, pro tip. Now, did I get lucky? Both times? Maybe. Am I the Bloodborne master? No. Did I defeat Dark Beast Pearl with the top hat on? You bet I did. Alright. Alright. I bet you all $1 million. You don't know where this goes. Old Yarnum! Yes! This is that long corridor that we could not open the big door of earlier. If I went further, there'd be 2 werewolves that I don't want to deal with right now. Therefore, we're going to say bye-bye. We're going to use this lamp, and we're going to return to the Hunter's Dream. Because we good. We good. Your extra voices. My roommate Tyler and his girlfriend Cameron, and their dog, their son Bowie, are here. Wow, we have a lot of echoes already. What do I have upgrade material wise? Not much. Not much. The Spark Hunter badge. Let's go ahead and read this. Badge crafted in secret by... I almost said Archibald. Sorry, I'm thinking of arc, like electricity, like arc reactor. Archibald, the infamous eccentric of the Healing Church, for his friends. Archibald was fascinated by the blue sparks that emanate from the hides of the dark beasts and decapitated his life to its artificial reproduction in a style of inquiry that, incidentally, closely followed the methodology of Bergenworth. I have done pretty darn well reading so far, playing this game with all its weird words, even though we hit one, what was it? Surreptitiously? I did atrociously on this one. The point you need to get to is that this allows you to purchase from the Bath Messengers Tornitrus. That's not even a word, so don't even try with that one. Which is a really cool weapon, and I really want to use it. So, you know what we're gonna do? For now, we're just gonna move this guy up front. Even though it's technically a weaker weapon, because it's not as upgraded. And we're gonna get used to using it. Because this is really dope, for one thing. I'm gonna charge my weapon as I run. You can run and charge the weapon. Of course, you can do that while you're... Yeah. It's just switching modes. But it's just so much cooler! So, it's kind of fun to use this right after you defeat Dark Beast Parl. Or after you've encountered him, then you kind of know what's up. Also, I don't need to be doing anything else here, other than leveling up, I suppose. What's up, girl? How you doing?
Very well. Let me...
So I mentioned, and I keep mentioning, and will continue to mention, that we have required all of the stat requirements for the weapons that I'm planning to use for the playthrough, and I don't know what weapons I'm able to access as well for strength, for my my preparation nation station file, and I found one that is strength requirement of 30. I'm like, wow, that's neat. So in preparation of that, because there's still a lot of this game I don't know, I just looked up like good skill weapons, and nothing had like anything over 17, but there might be like a 20 skill weapon that sucks, but is still like, it's a 20 skill weapon, that would be neat. So we're gonna start buffing skill a little more often when we level up. Just in case.
Farewell, good hunter.
Okay. And with that, I'm going to quickly, ever so quickly, consult the tome. So we have, I can now cross off 3 things that I wanted to accomplish on this list. 3 of 5. 5th, 2 could be weird. 2 could be weird. We're gonna see how it goes, but don't expect much. Alright? What's up, Harriet? Henriette? Henriette? I'm gonna call you Hermit. I always saw that name and was like, that says Hermit. So we're gonna call you Old Hunter Hermit. Alright, Hermit, let's go. I'm gonna be streaming not any later than I normally would tomorrow. Just so y'all's aware. Additionally, I'm kind of throwing around and thinking about... You chill, man? I'm kind of thinking about the idea of possibly, earlier in the day, streaming... Oh, please! Dude, you want to help me out here? Thank you. Gosh. You good for nothing weirdo? The possibility of streaming earlier in the day, actually. Why are you giving your... Why are you doing this? Oh gosh. Man, Man, this weapon just tears. Oh, it's so good. I think it has a... Oh my gosh, you are just really bloodthirsty right now. Yeah, how about that? How about no? How about no? Hope you have enough blood vials, man. Goodness. Wow, that was funny. I was saying something. Oh, right. Early in the day, the thought of streaming Devil May Cry 1. Because Devil May Cry 1, more unique to the rest of the game, is a little more hoary. It's the first one. It's an early game design action game. So it's got a lot of jankiness to it. It's short enough that I could beat in one night. Or one day, like one sitting, so... Anyway, all that being said, it is time. Hermit, are you ready? I really hope you guys can still hear my chewing. Is he using the hunter's torch? He is. That's so interesting. Interesting statues. Looks like Squidward. Wouldn't you agree? Wouldn't you agree? That is not what I wanted to do. Really quick. Gonna equip my Molotov cocktails. Vicar! Amelia. Vicar? I don't know how to pronounce your name, lady. Alright. Anyway, this is a woman who has a little thing that she's holding very near and dear to her body. And, see, the thing is, as sweet as that is, I just want to know. I am dead. I was so sure I was pressing triangle to heal, and then the blood vial never popped. Therefore, we will try. That one doesn't count. Do not add that to the counter. That one does not count. I was mashing the button. This time I'm gonna be a little experimental here. We're gonna ring his bell. Oh, we're gonna ring the bell, and then we're just gonna book it. He has arrived. Good for him. Good for him. Alright. Is he here? Is this gonna bring him to me? We will find out. I may be screwing myself because he's making his way over right now. I'm about to make this boss harder by adding more HP to it. They're approaching. You are approaching me? Let's get the angle right first off. There we go. That's kind of the angle for the thing. You coming, dude? Coming? I'm a little worried now. We're gonna go back for him. How you doing, dude? Oh, new little status ailment here. I believe this is Frenzy? Yeah, so if you're like getting Frenzy, you need to get away and prevent Frenzy from continuing. If not, it's bad. Very bad. I don't remember what it does, but I just remember that's bad. There you are. I see, you're dealing with enemies that were not taking damage because I wasn't here to see it take damage. Neat. Let's go. You have wasted enough of my time today. Okay, what's going on over here? Ouch. Oh my good gracious! Getting him up, you know, I really want to do this fight with this guy because he uses the Kirk hammer, and I think that's really funny just to watch him, like, bring this big hammer down from a distance on the enemy. But I don't know if it's worth the time and effort to bring him. We're just gonna go it alone. That's the Green Day way, after all. Walk the lonely road. The only road I've ever known? Is that how did the lyrics of that song go? Walk the lonely road, the only road I know. I walk alone. On this lonely road, I'm walking by myself. I am alone. Lonely, lonely, lone. Loner man, lone ranger is alone. On the road he goes. That's it, right? Alright, here we go again. Here I go again on my... Everything leads into a song, guys. You gotta believe me. Okay. Once more with feeling. Okay, she does big, like, wave splashes, which is not good. And later she has a phase where I believe she just kind of starts healing herself? I believe she's not a fan of fire. Oh! I'm a dodging man. Oh, okay. I understand. You're upset. I'd be upset if I had just transformed into whatever you are. I gotta say, it's definitely disappointing. Become a beast. It's gotta feel horrible too. Also, if you can, try hearing the music. Ow. Oh. No bueno. Woo, boy. I hear ya. I hear ya. Oh, nice. Yeah, baby. Right in that ear. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, Amelia. It has to happen this way. You are dealt the wrong hand. And I was dealt a hand of aces. I would love to see a, Oh, are you doing your bullcrap? Yeah, she'll start healing if you're not careful. That's very bad news bears. Okay. We're good. We're okay. We're okay. Who was that? Hey, lady. Alright, listen. Just because you're upset does not give you the right to hit. Nice. Once again, right in the antler. Oh, right in the antler once again. Oh. Oh, honey. Oh, honey. This fight's over. Oh. I'm so sorry that happened to you. However, I feel no remorse. So yeah, I think with that is if you're hitting her with her weakness to fire, I think this is what I found when I did the fight before. And by before I mean about an hour ago. No, 2 hours ago. Was that since I was using fire, I was able to open her up in her weak spots. And actually, I only got, because I was also with the dude, I only managed to get the visceral once. This time, I got it 3 times, right? Heck yeah! Let's go! Oh, pardon. Granny? You deserve a seat. As we read. Hum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum. Gold Pendant. Pendant of Visser Amelia? Vicar Amelia? Used to change into a blood gem, which fortifies weapons. This pendant, passed down among the vicars, who head the healing church, is a reminder of the cautionary adage, words that will open the gates of Bergenworth. The gates of Bergenworth. Let me go ahead. Since I have time, so much time that I'm just gonna like update my to-do list in real time, continuingly. I'm just gonna look up real quick what there is that I can do with the pendant. I don't think there is much I can do with the gold pendant. I think it is just for the blood gem, but I'm not sure, and I just want to make sure before I use it. Because if there's something cool I can do optionally, I definitely want to make sure I hit those. Nope, it is just used for a blood gem. Good. We're gonna go ahead and use that right now. Oh, I'm sorry, Grandma. Are you not feeling like using it? Oh, I'm sorry. Did you need to stand up first? Let's take one last look at it before it's gone forever. And now it'll be gone forever. Gold blood gem. We'll see what that does in a little bit. But first...
Master Willem, I've come to bid you farewell.
Oh, I know. You think now to betray me.
No, but you will never listen. I tell you, I will not forget our adage.
We are born of the blood, made men by the blood, undone by the blood. Our eyes are yet to open.
Fear the old blood. I must take my leave.
By the gods, fear it, Laurence.
Laurence? Laurence? Did someone forget to fear the blood? Remember, chat, Don't forget to fear the blood. Alright? Now, before we go back to the hunter's dream... Actually, no. Never mind. I'm tripping. Oh, nice on. I call that granny golf. So yeah, kind of a very, very ambiguous, like, general... You have no idea what they mean. Who is William? Who is Laurence? The adage, right? But what we do know is that the hunter received a vision upon touching the skull. And that is good. Anyway, we're gonna go receive this gift. I almost forgot about this. The eye of a blood-drunk hunter beckons hunters to the hunter's nightmare. A deformed creature will whisk you away outside Odin Chapel. Eye of a blood-drunk hunter. This is a key item. The eye of a blood-drunk hunter, his pupil is collapsed and turned to mush, indicating the onset of the scourge of beasts. A hunter who goes drunk with blood is said to be taken by the nightmare, destined to wander forever, engaged in an endless hunt. It is a fate that no hunter can escape. Well, guess we'll have the goal to be the first. For now. Let us look to see what our blood gem can do. Let's try putting it in you for now. You don't have any blood gems. Attack versus beasts up. Oh, versus beasts. I don't know enough to know what is considered to be a beast. So I'm gonna guess that would be bosses. I'm not sure. I'm gonna go ahead and guess bosses. Which is good. Either way, like, whatever gets equipped with this is going to be getting a butt ton of damage extra towards some enemy. And that's pretty cool. We'll go ahead and just give this thing the best stat boosting blood gems we can find. Like that. Is that it? Is that good? Yes? No, maybe so. That gives us either nah, we're good. We'll keep what we have there. And then you're still rocking this. And you are still rocking the mic here, which is fun. Actually, could you benefit from the blood? The blood. Okay. I think something we can all agree on, though, is if you ever want to freak someone the heck out, just start giving them random, like, Bloodborne-esque ramblings about blood. Just do that to them. They will be in for a bad time. Take one more check in here. I'm pretty sure nothing appears in here after that fight. No. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We're good. We're good. So then, the only thing to do with these blood gems that are... blood gems, these blood echoes that are tearing a hole, burning a hole through my pocket,
Very well.
my Bloodborne pocket, is to level up. We can level up once. I think we're just going to go for HP. Just a safe bet, you know? Less not dying, more not dying juice. Okay. So, now that I have once again exceeded my expectations on how well I'm able to do at a heavy skill game in front of a camera. We are far farther than I thought I would be, but luckily, this next area is pretty beefy, pretty sizable. It's pretty sizable. Where do I need to go? Then Nathan puzzled and puzzled, till his puzzler was sore. Why does he not remember where to go anymore? We're just at the Grand Cathedral. That's not the one. This is the one that I've learned, that I have figured is faster. Also, I apologize to anyone that may be triggered now in the future to the fact that for my Halloween streams, the day before Halloween, I made a Grinch reference. If you cannot deal, as I whip my hair back, hashtag sorry not sorry. Okay. Moving on. Crikey, we now have 21 insight. It's a lot of insight. The day has grown. It's now dark outside. As you can see, the moon shining in the air. What's up with that? It's a bit confusing. Wouldn't you agree? It's a bit crazy. Oh, shoot. My senses are tingling, and I remember something I forgot to check. We have time. I apologize, but we have time. I want to make sure I'm not going to miss a thing here. I don't know if it changes now or later, but I need to know now because I want to know now. We're gonna go to Central Yarnum for a quick single second, and that is it. Okay. Unchanged. You're good.
Have I heard of Bergenworth? Afraid I can't say that I have. The locals aren't apt to share any local history. I'm afraid I may not be of help for much longer. I know nothing of a Bergenworth, and I'm afraid I may not be of help for much longer.
Yep, I knew he was gonna have probably a few more bits of dialogue. Because even coming back just for fun for one of my farther playthrough, I realized that there was in fact more options, more dialogue with him. So I was like, I gotta make sure I'm keeping up with this guy, because I like this guy. I genuinely like this guy. He's a very cool, like, very minor character, right? And now that it's nighttime, you can see that Central Yarnum is looking much, much more ghastly. Very spooky. Let's equip the lantern. And then get the monocular. And kind of give this a look around. Descend ladder, could you please not be on the screen? Please. Descend ladder, can I? How far can I get? Ooh. Ooh. Ah. Hey. So as you can see, that's where we came from in there initially. But there is still that gate that we have not gone through. Yeah, it's just... things become a little clearer under the moonlight. I love it. Okay, enough dawdling. Back to the Junta's dream. You know what they say. Player's gonna play. And the hater's gonna hate. Baby, I'm just gonna shake it off. And the hunter's gonna hunt. And Laurence is gonna forget to fear the blood. Stupid Laurence. Okay. Actually, do you have any more dialogue now that we've done stuff?
I've no time for your petty.
Yeah.
I can't stand it.
Nope, you're still you, unfortunately. How about you, my good man?
Oh, kind hunter. Another one you sent made it here safe and sound. This place is a real haven now, thanks to you. But I'm afraid that was the last of them. There ain't a peep to be heard, not in the old town. I doubt there's any more out there. God save us. Yarnum's done for.
Aww.
There ain't no more survivors. There can't be. Yarnum's done for.
I couldn't imagine, like, living to see something like this happen to my fair city, my fair state. Also, these church members are not here anymore. Interesting. I guess I can stop beating around the bush so much. So, defeating Amelia is a turning point in the game. After you beat Amelia, it turns to night, and things change. One of which is that the church monsters seem to be completely gone? Question mark? I'm not seeing any anymore. So that's one thing. Another thing about the church enemies, the church giants. I think someone mentioned in the chat in an earlier episode, are sleeping. They're now sleeping, so you can sneak by them. Now you might ask yourself, Nathan, have you been playing around to maximizing efficiency and item getting and stuff by waiting so long to defeat Amelia? No. I just wanted that to be the last thing we did before we moved on to the next area. Also, you're gonna burn me a little bit. A lot of it. Ow. Hey, man. Can I just... Thanks. Yeah. So, since we have accomplished this thing... No response. We got you. And you. Yes. Okay. It is time for us to get out of town. To move on down to the... Ow! Gosh! Oh! To move on down to the next town. I went the wrong way, I'm realizing right now, but that's okay. I'll probably just die here. You never know. I was like, gotta make sure I show off that things are different, and then I forgot to turn around. That's why I spend my echoes before I have an outing, you know? It's like when you go back to Whiterun and you own the house there and you just do some quests, and you get back, and you're like, man, I better prepare myself for going back out. So you put all your stuff away, and you sell your items, talk to your house Carl, Lydia, get everything in order, that sort of thing. It's a good time. It's like that, but on a much easier scale, because it's just spending things, not putting things away and organizing. I'm actually, is Squidward here after defeating Amelia? Squidward is here, okay. Well, we don't want to bother with Squidward. Instead, we want to continue on our way. And looky here. Hello, old friend. Fancy meeting you here.
Oh, good to see you safe. Now, let's think up something to discuss.
How
Just
about
tell
our
me
current
what piques your
political
interest.
climate? That would be fun. No, we want to ask about, I think the new one is Foulbloods? Or was this here already?
Ah, there's something I want to tell you. A bit of wisdom from the eminent master Logarius. Once, a scholar betrayed his fellows at Bergenworth, and brought forbidden blood back with him to Canehurst Castle. It was there that the first of the inhuman Vile Bloods was born. The Vile Bloods are fiendish creatures who threaten the purity of the Church's blood healing. The ruler of the Vile Bloods is still alive today. And so, to honor my master's wishes, I search for the path to Canehurst Castle. I bid you farewell. It has been a pleasure. May the good blood guide your way.
And to you, my good man. Okay. So, my initial theory with that dialogue and then the cutscene was, I think that dialogue's new, and if it's not, then I certainly feel foolish, although it still kinda makes sense. My working theory was that, Laurence did end up betraying him. He didn't fear the blood, and instead he took it with him, the bad blood, the vile blood, and created monstrosities. And he did, in fact, eventually betray the other dude. What was his name? Stephen. We'll call him Stephen. So Stephen and Laurence were probably part of Bergenworth, because there was a lot of like books and pages on the floor scattered, and they seemed very scholarly in the way they talk. Of course, everyone kind of has that tone. Soft voice acting and accents do that. So that was always my running theory. That was my working theory. Don't know if it would hold up in court. Probably not. But we're not here to play Phoenix freaking Wright. We're here to play Blood freaking Born. So if you remember this door from quite a while ago, I think when we first explored Cathedral Ward area, this part of Yarnum, this door, they'd ask us, "Oh, the password."
The password.
See? But now, we notice they fear the old blood. The old adage. Alright. Who's asking for passwords back here? Is it you? Gosh dang it, Mitch. Well, he's a skeleton after all. I kind of wish this was just like a jolly doorman, like skeleton that's kind of like, "Ah, hello!
The password, yes, you know it. Here, take this fried chicken. It's a bit old, as old as I am, but I still look good for my age, right?"
And then you're like, "You're dead, dude. I don't know how you're still talking to me." And he's like, "Well, you know, you seen a Disney movie once? You know magic exists?" I'm like, "That's not what that means." He's like, "Well, I don't know." Anyway, as we move out here, I have the privilege of welcoming you to, oh my gosh, a new area full of fright, spooks, and surprises. the Forbidden Woods. I thought I was so cool and clever for making it to the Forbidden Woods back in the day. I was like, dang, man, I found the woods. Little did I know that I was actually on the right path. I thought I was sneaking around. Because I thought, where we went to Hemwick, I thought that that was the direction, that was the path to the Forbidden Woods, and it wasn't. So I was a bit surprised, playing for practice, when I didn't encounter the Forbidden Woods, and instead I reached a place I had never been before. So it was very cool, to say the least. Moving onward, though, there's this guy who's going to cause us some troubles. Not as much as that guy up there, though. Local unassuming guy, unassuming local guy. That one in particular throws things. And y'all know how I feel about enemies throwing stuff at me. I have a general dislike and disregard for them. So we're gonna lure this guy up here so we can deal with him mano a mano. Give him mono. Nice. You're done. I love that fire effect. And then you, let's go ahead and do this. There we go. Easy peasy. Okay. Upward here, I think?
I do believe there is a challenge for us.
Yeah, this guy. Oh, okay, I definitely missed the timing on that. It's alright. I'm trying to keep my weapon charged, and... Haha! Yeah, got him! Yeah, these enemies, now that we are felling giant demon beasts, and we're leveled up, and we got the lightning ball weapon, we've come a long way from these guys being scary. I believe that enemy was put there to be a minor roadblock to get these treasures over here, to show you that this guy, who was once a roadblock to treasures untold before, is now not as difficult as he once was. That's what I feel he was put there for. And I appreciate that, Bloodborne developers, whether you like it or not, because that is what it taught me. That I have gotten stronger. Now to fight harder enemies, and have that immediately ripped away from me. But it's true. It's true. As we move on into the Forbidden Woods, we're going to encounter some things that are very not nice. Nasty not niceness. But we are greeted with a lamp right out the gate. Now, the immediate goal for me is to open this. Oh, hell yeah. Hey, hi, Crow. You're going to ruin things for me, so I'm just going to ruin things for you first. There. This is my goal for the day. My big goal for the day. Alright? We call these Bloodborne shortcuts, and I've talked about them before, and I've shown them to you before, because they've happened before. Gate is still alive and well. But that's not all. We also have, not necessarily a new mechanic, because we've encountered traps before, like explosive traps, but this time we're going to have something a little more Rambo, if you catch my drift. Those of you that know what Rambo is. Even for what is a weaker weapon, stat-wise, compared to the threaded cane, right now, this thing is packing a wallop. Alright, gunman. Oh, swordman! Changing it up, I see. You're dead. He just falls over. Alright. Now I know what you're thinking. Nathan, wouldn't it be funny if you just ran into this thing and was like, oh, here's an example of what the traps look like. And no, I'm not gonna do that. I believe both times I have tried to avoid this thing off a whim, I stood here. It's a double trap. It's like a Kaizo level in Mario. It's like your average, like, troll level in a Mario Maker game. Where you dodge the initial trap, right? Maybe you get hit by it, but then you dodge it next time. Like, I'm ready for it now. Ha! I'll stand here. It comes undone and will roll you and hit you off the cliff. Which happened to me 2 hours ago. And I'd rather have told you about it than have shown it off to be your warning, to be honest. Especially during the official attempt. Now, I do remember this part very well, because I had to do this section over and over again many times back in the day. Are you gonna do anything? What is wrong with you? Oh, wait. I can strike with a charge attack? What? Does that keep it charged, too? Huh. Okay, I'm gonna wait for the charge to wear off. There we go. I'm gonna strike. I didn't know I could do that. I didn't know there were combo moves you could do with transform button, which in this case, for this weapon, is not transform. Anyway, we're gonna go down here, and we're gonna go back and mess those guys up. Don't worry. But first, we want to kill this guy.
And you little dog. Ooh.
Dunzo. 3 twin Bloodstone shards. Never gonna turn my nose up to that. Oops. Let us see what I want.
What do I want here?
I think we'll switch back to the threaded cane now. I think we're at a time where this is going to be beneficial for these enemies. Having range against these monsters is going to be very useful. Oh no, yeah, up here we're gonna want to use the sauce. No, we're gonna... Well, if this guy's coming over here, then we're just gonna wait. He'll be coming around the tree trunk when he comes. He's around the tree trunk now with his come. We're gonna hit his shield out of the way and then kill him with a strike because he's really dumb. And dead. Okay. So up here... normally I like to drop down, but I really wanted to get those Bloodstone shards. Because over here we've got doggos and man who throws poop. Or whatever that's supposed to be. It's never clear. It might just be poop. I'm actually not sure. It's probably something more sinister. But I never got it. I don't know. There we go. Easy peasy. I remember when I first learned how to handle this section this way. I was like, dang. I was a fool. What I used to do was stand up on that edge, throw pebbles at the dogs, and lure them up and around this little hallway for that exact reason that this sword man, this shield guy, sorry, just was on the receiving end of. Because you've seen the dogs, like, run around rampant when they're trying to, like, pathfind you, right? They will, over and over again, run back and forth through the flames and just kill themselves, eventually. And I thought that was so funny. That was something that they would do. That I was like, that's an easy way to get rid of the dogs. I'll replicate that, sure. It took so much longer than this did, though. Of course, my first time going through this area, I didn't even have, like, you know, rune powers imbuing into me. So, yeah. Makes a big difference when you know what you're doing. We want what's in that shack. Come on. Nice try, dude. Booyah! Oil urn. I wanted blood vials. Thank you. Beast blood pellet. Again, could be poop. We really don't know. Poop is raining from the ceiling. Poop. Thick, cold blood. We have a lot of that. I should actually look to see how much of that we have. They always be trying to pull a fast one on me, but you know what? Being a hardy, experienced traveler, such as myself, comes in handy sometimes. We're gonna leave that for now, and instead we're gonna go around this way. I have a plan of attack for the beginning of the Forbidden Woods that I'd like to stick to, if you don't mind. Neat. So as we walk, we got this little walkway looking place with the trees kind of bending over with the lights. I've always liked that. Well, someone should fix that bridge. That's bad. That's really bad. That's dangerous. If it was someone else, if it wasn't Granny, who had the, you know, you saw her land that, right? You know, she's wood. You've gotta, gotta chill. Thank you. Someone could have gotten hurt. Just saying. We want to take this very slowly. Get my pebbles out. I gotta get those pops, man. Once they start moving, we're gonna walk it back. And that guy is gonna move all the way to the right, while this one moves to the left. Out of sight, out of mind. There we go. Come along, sir. Time for your eating. Ooh. Oh! Out of here. Now, there's the blood vials I've been wanting. Perfect. Okay. We... Oh, I was always apprehensive to walk on the middle of that, and still haven't. Because I feel like it's going to break on me. So, we're just not going to find out. I'm always going to have it be a thing where that might break and fall on me, and I'm scared. It might be irrational. I might be insane. But I'm okay with that. Are you? In here, I want to just lure this guy out on his own. You coming? There you go. I knew you had it in you. Beautiful. I really feel like this is the way to play Bloodborne, man. And honestly, I find it kind of relaxing. Just the lure away and kill strat. Very methodical and slow. I enjoy it. Now, if you find fighting bosses relaxing, then I can't help you with that one, but I can at least see this. Throughout these little shacks, there'll be items. Not within these things, but just scattered on the walls, held by the dead. Over there. Yeah, so this is the other side, as you can see. This is where the trap was. Just inside the gate. And now what we're gonna do is, since you're sleeping, we can get the drop on you. Oh, you already see me. Good. Ow. You jerk. Nice. Perfect. All according to plan. Wow, they really give you a lot of blood vials in this area. Holy cow. Did not realize that. And you can still sneak by them like this. Let me get the whippy boy out here. There we go. Nice. 2 for the price of 1 grandma. And that is a classic Chugga Conroy. Got me into Let's Playing. It was him. He is to blame. He's the one to blame for why I am the way I am right now. And that's a good thing. But, you know, really a lot of people are to blame for the reason I am who I am. And that's a good thing. I'd rather be able to blame multiple sources. Also, can I go in here through the back? Huh. Oh! You can sneak up on this guy. This way. Oh, neat! I actually kind of forgot about this guy's existence back here. Hey man, how you doing? I missed. Give me 1 second, please. Thank you. Cool. Well, that's a neat little extra. And nothing around here, I believe. Doesn't look like it. And in this building, we're good. So that deals with the lower side of this village. More beast poop. Very nice. Oh, except now I gotta go all the way around. That is the downside. Oh. Shut up. Shut up, your stupid face. Shut it the heck up and sit the heck down. Blue elixir. What did that do again? Oh, the current internet connection quality current. Ooh. Does that show up on the capture? Huh. I'm not sure, actually. I'm gonna wait this out really quick here. Because the last time it said that was like not too long, about an hour before the stream just cut out. Oh, it does show up. That's unfortunate that that shows up and that that's just there for everyone to see. Get on it, Sony. Fix that. Make that not look weird. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop watching the stream on my laptop. Maybe that'll make it better. So I'll be relying on Sony's wonderful streaming service. Whatever it's called, PS Now, PS4 Stream. I don't actually know what it's called. I feel no loyalties to it. It's just a means to an end, really. To get me there, to keep me on the path to success. What's up, bird? I missed, apparently. Wow. That sucks. A little bit of unnecessary damage. Can I climb this ladder? Oh my gosh, I can climb this ladder. I did not see this last time. Neat! Oh, a bird friend. And his bird friend? No way. Oh, I see you trying to jump on me. Well, it's not gonna work. I have the high ground, Anakin. What you gonna do about it now, you freak? Honestly, if he's higher, then I have more accuracy, so better if he has the high ground. I missed an outfit? No! I have to go back here now. Well, I guess I don't have to, but I should. And you know what, for a fact? I know that I got this too. My very first time playing the Forbidden Woods. I know I got this. I'm still looking over at my laptop as though there's a chat that I can see. There isn't, because I closed the chat. Well, alright. I wasn't thinking we were going to see a costume today. The white church hat. White church garb. Oh my. And they both have the surgical long gloves. And then the white church trouser. / dress. Oof. That is way too bright. Oh man, look at the moon though. Behind like the foggy cloud. Oh. That's really menacing. Oh, her face is way too dark for this outfit. Oh man. You know, it does kind of look cool though, but for her, it's just too much white. Like, even the gloves too. Okay. Humor me for a second. If I put on the Charred Hunter glove, which are my favorite, and she had a little bit of like metal kind of look to it, you know, it doesn't look as good as I thought it was going to. Gotta admit. Got to admit. What about something a little, what about this? Yeah, that looks better. That looks better. But, gosh, just... Also, like, the wrap for the head, I'm not a fan of. Anyway. Guess we're rocking this for a little bit. Is there any new dialogue for this stuff? Let's, let us see. Let us seek and find. Does they even have different stats? They do have different stats. Neat. Attire of special church doctors. These doctors are superiors to the black preventative hunters and specialists in experimentally backed blood administration and the scourge of the beast. Interesting. They believe that medicine is not a means of treatment, but rather a method of research. Ooh, not a fan of that mentality. And that some knowledge can only be obtained by exposing oneself to sickness. That, however, I do agree with. I think that is that's what trials are. When people are injecting lab rats with, like, horrible things to figure out how to contain that illness and virus. I mean, that's a proven theory. That's used practice today. Right? That's the same thing. They believe that medicine is not a means of treatment, but rather a method for research, and that some knowledge can only be obtained by exposing oneself to sickness. How does that... That says the same thing. It's just that they... like, tabbed down. That's weird that that's like that. So all that says the same stuff. Oh. Wow. Wowie zowie. Well, cool. I get to look like a weird church lady. That's kind of insane. Before we move any further, I just want to show this off really quick. There are some goodies back here that we can get in this cool, like, flowered, spore-looking bone pit cave off in the shadows. Zerg's dark shadow looms over the... Look at her. She's beautiful. But I don't think I'm prepared for what's down there. I know there's some good stuff. So we're gonna save this for later. Maybe even later in this episode. I don't know. But either way, we're going to save that for later. For now, we're going to continue on the path. And you want to take this upper path. There is a place down... Oh, good gracious. That scared the crap out of me. I thought I had to be a little closer to alert those dogs. Oh my goodness. Oh boy, I haven't jumped out of my seat out of fear, like, ever. Almost. Like, the last time I, like, jumped in my seat from fear was when I was a kid. I'm pretty sure. Oh, I felt it down my spine? Oh! I don't like it. Oh boy. I legit thought I had to be, like, past this rock to trigger those two dogs. I was wrong. Anyway, further down in the, like, the base of the village where we were before, when I was sneaking around like Solid Snake, taking guys out one by one like Splinter Cell, there is a way further to the right from where we dropped. You go further to the right, but you don't want to go that way. And I'm going to show you why. And what I'm about to show you is something that inexperienced Bloodborne player Nathan would have loved to have known right off the bat. Can I sneak up on this guy? I'm not sure. Let's try it. I might be able to sneak up on the bagman. If I can sneak up on the bagman, that's great. If not, that's okay. Oh, I think I can sneak up on the bagman. You're not gonna see me. That guy's already dead. Ooh. You're a mean one. Ooh, Mr. Grinch. Your heart's an empty hole. You have... I don't actually know the words to that song. The only version I know by heart of that song is the version that my brother and I and our aunt and uncle, when we were kids, we'd like go over and spend the night, have sleepovers with our family, because we didn't have friends. No, I'm just kidding. We had friends, just not to sleep over with. Like, it's not like a slight to someone. It's not a slight to someone. That's just me making a joke and then reprimanding that joke, so that Noah and I don't sound like losers. We were, just not that big. See, there's the joke again. Anyway, me, it might have been my aunt, it might have been Noah. I don't know. That's how much I don't know. There's 4 variables. We're gonna talk about Beast Roar in a little bit here. Gotta finish the story. The point is, the version we would sing went a little like this. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really know how to be fat, just like a cat. And it was hilarious, and that was it. I'd want to sing it over and over again. Like, the drive to go take us back home was, I'm pretty sure, just filled with that. If it was around the holiday season. I think we'd watch The Grinch even if it wasn't around Christmas time. Just because we had, like, rapport with the film. We'd play Cell Damage specifically at 8 o'clock. Man, gosh, those were some bomb diggity days. Anyway, before I forget, from reminiscing, been doing a lot of that lately. I just turned 22 yesterday, so... Beast Roar, along with this, I learned, are unlimited use and require 15 arcane. This is what you do for the arcane build. You start using items that require it, which I had never considered before and never thought of and never looked into. So this is stuff I just learned a few hours ago. Beast Roar, let's take a look. One of the Forbidden Hunter tools made by Irreverent Izzy. That is an amazing name. Oh my gosh. Borrow the strength of the terrible undead dark beasts, if only for a moment, to blast surrounding foes back with the force of a roaring beast. The indescribable sound is broadcast with the caster's own vocal cords, which begs the question, what terrible things lurk deep within the frames of men? So with these two things, you can kind of build your arcane build equipment, and that allows you to use the powers of a beast, which is kind of cool. I think there's a way to transform into a beast at some point, or like use like a tentacle like attack. Not like hentai stuff, but like you'll see later, like weird Squidward stuff. We'll say Squidward stuff. Yeah, we've seen Squidward use tentacle attack before, right? Have we not seen that yet? If not, I'm spoiling stuff, and it's not really even that big of a spoiler. Hey, you, buddy. Oh, never mind. I attracted your friend that was hiding. Like a weenie! Haha, man. I insulted you. You're on fire. And now you're dead. But, arcane and beast stuff might go hand in hand. Maybe even blood tinge? I'm not sure. This guy. Oh, that guy up there is stuck. Do you see that? He's stuck. That's perfect. Normally, he makes this a little harder. So we got sword dude. This guy. And then this bro. And if you look at him, he's holding no weapon, but he has a pouch. If you're paying attention at home, you've guessed it. This guy throws objects. Everyone's least favorite kind. The explosive kind. If you dare go under here from being in the bottom of that village, you will be pelted. While dodging grounded enemies, you will be pelted by Molotov cocktails. It will end badly for you if you do not go the way of the high rise first to take these guys out. I'm just saying. Now, if you want the challenge and go the hard way, you can. You can do it. Definitely. It's possible. Most things in life are possible. It's just gonna save you a lot of time in the long run if you're not looking for pain. If you ain't a sucker for pain, and you ain't gonna mess with Lil Wayne, then just do everyone a favor in your life. Come on, hurry up. You're dragging your friend, and that's really not cool, dude. You beg for your grants. Haha, there he goes. Now, we still have to deal with them over here, and that's still kind of an issue, because they enjoy throwing these things. But I think what we can do is we can get over here and hide, and they'll lose us, and then we can sneak up on at least one of them to get the drop, I think. I believe this is how it worked for me last time. Probably not, but we'll see. What sucks is the fact that I'm very, very close. I mean, I already made progress with the gate, technically, but I'm very close to getting to another really neat shortcut that if I die would be nice to have for the remainder of the episode, and I think that did work. Yeah, it looks like it. You can cue the Metal Gear Solid music now, if you'd like. Yeah, that guy. That guy's the one that's gonna see you. That's really unfortunate. He'll stop, but here's what you have to do. I can't target him and shoot him, which really sucks. Wait, these guys... didn't I learn something about Molotov dudes? If I throw one at one, they just combust? Was that true? I'm trying to recall. This could be a stupid idea. This might be a big mistake. But we're gonna try it. Did a lot of damage, though. Didn't kill him. That's fine. Made it through. Sayonara, sucker! Ha ha! Nice! Well, either way, it did a buttload of damage, and we made it through. So, one Molotov down, but I can buy more. So, and generally, I don't buy Molotovs to use them. I probably should. They're just a good, like, extra throwable, like, damage dealer. Never mind, I got bought. So the reason you want to do it this way, in my opinion, is because these guys that I hate so much that we fought before in Yharnam are here. And they will make your life plus fire rain difficult. And I don't think I like fire very much. So if you're able to just kind of take them out one by one, you're good. I think there's this last guy over here. I think we're downing him in one slash, actually, in just the light move. We did have max health though, so we were getting that buff. Blood vials. Oh no, we got this one last dude here. Does that do him in? It does! Wow! Wow, look at that. Hey. Just like Pokemon, having the right weakness goes a long way. I think this guy turns around on you, so you might as well just get as close as you can. Oh, or not! He's completely willing to just die. Oh yeah, but he does fall through the ground. That is one thing with him. You gotta watch out. You gotta watch out for these guys with the hair and the cleavers. They'll fall through the ground on you. Something mean. And I'm fine with it personally, that kind of behavior. Not many are. Because this is coming from a guy that enjoys playing Sonic 06. Like, legit, I enjoy playing that game. So glitches don't faze me too much. As long as I can beat the game. And enjoy the completeness of it. And look where we are! Yay! Full circle, question mark-ish, yeah. So if we die, which I probably will at some point soon, all we have to do is run past those guys I killed before, which since I killed them once, I'm not going to work to kill them again. Come through here, through this door, and we're good. I'm actually here. You're out of range of Molotov cocktail guys, so you're good. You don't have to kill those guys. You don't have to deal with that ever again. And when I first finished this area, oh man, that felt good. Knowing that I didn't have to deal with it. And then I learned that I could go up and around, and I was like, that was stupid. I am very ashamed I did not explore more. We're going to lure Shield Man over here. I said we're going to lure Shield Man over here. Thank you. Thank you. Surprised the rifleman hasn't seen me yet, actually. Very surprised. Excuse me. I will admit I was thinking about other stuff just then. I got distracted. Wow, one hit from that. And you're down for the count. That's a little crazy, actually. Ah, you have a little too much health. Oh, I had taken damage? I don't have the boost. The full health boost. Somehow, I took damage. Oh no, that is this. Then what did I have? I could have sworn I had some kind of buff. Like I had two things going on for me. Oh well. I guess I'm just stronger than I give myself credit for. Which is not a bad problem to have, I suppose. In the long run. Okay, further on, we're gonna, once again, I can't emphasize enough that if you haven't played this game before and you're going through your first playthrough, your first journey, please don't forget to utilize the monocular. You see how that cover over there? You see that there's a cannon. There's a guy manning that cannon. It's the guy manning that cannon. He's not nice. He's not a friendly man. In fact, he wants to blow you up. Get a little closer. You'll see movement over there. Yeah, he's pretty great. If we run at him and he targets here, it'll actually end up killing his buddies, which is hilarious. You're shaky, shaky, shaky. Nice. And then we can actually operate this ourselves. Which actually, hold on. Will it, if I shoot again, will it do another close shot like that? Or does it vary? No, it's close. Okay. Harebrained scheme. You, sir. Over here. Right now. Yep, right here. Oh boy, he's here. Oh, that did not work out. Ow! Oh, gosh! Ow. I don't know why Nail Wheel Man of all enemies is giving me an issue right now. But he is. Okay, that was pretty great. Parry on the rock and I like hit him up in the chin. That was incredible. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Okay, over here, more beast poop. Which, if you hate me calling that, I am sorry. That's just what it's going to be for the rest of the game now. Because that's what it is to me now. Therefore, when I see it that way, I'm going to call it out, you know? That's just the truth. It's my truth. It's not be taken from me. He tried to backstab, but it did not work out for him. He's now a dead man. He's a dead man for real. Dead man for real. He's a dead man for real. Father, father. Whoa. I can't wait for Spider-Verse, the next Spider-Verse movie. Oh, it's gonna be so great. Have I been doing questions of the day with these things? I don't know if I have been. Question of the day. Who is your favorite Marvel superhero? Who's your favorite Marvel superhero? If you're a fan of DC, then suck it up. I'm asking for your favorite Marvel superhero. We can do that next time. I am a huge fan of Doctor Strange. I love the way his magic and sorcery looks in almost anything I've ever seen him in. Whether it's in the films, in the Versus series, even in the Ultimate Alliances, like, he just looks cool, man. I like watching him do his thing. I was just in here. I think we're good. I think that's it for this little, yeah. We're good to move on. And look at that, I got max bullets and blood vials. We're doing good right now. We're doing very good. We're gonna get that, though, up there, as we enter this new area. That's gonna have a bit of a not-so-nice surprise. Now, chat, that may look like an unassuming local guy. Oh, we have a chat thing now. I gotta look. Because I have chat off right now because I was afraid my laptop was gonna cut out on me. Hello, mother. Welcome. We were about to kill this, what appears to be an unassuming local guy. See, I freaked out, not because I'm lonely, just because I have the chat not visible right now, just to, like, I don't know, maybe make the stream run better. I don't know. So I have to rely on Sony's weird streaming service to tell me when things happen. And to be honest, not the most reliable, but it's a means to an end. Anyway, Enough beating around the bush lately with me, gosh. This is not your average, everyday, unassuming local guy. I'm gonna call him a local, unassuming guy, just so that it's not like a complete Just Earthbound parody. This is something much, much worse. I'm gonna make sure I have a backup, like, offensive option going into this. I think he turns around. Nope, we're good to back him. And he has enough HP that we can actually see what he does. We will see another one, but check this out. Oh, Snakehead, man! It's Medusa! He's horrible. I hate this enemy. He is not nice. Woo! He strikes with his axe, which is stronger. It's a bad time. He can be parried on one of his attacks. It's that one. I think it's once he's like fully like lunging forward. I don't know. It's some attack. Anyway, when he hits you, you get poisoned a little bit, so you gotta be very careful and watch out for these enemies. Of which, they kind of become the new normal enemy in the Forbidden Woods, if I'm not mistaken, if my memory serves. Look, shortcut that we cannot access. I'll prove it. See? It doesn't work. So just be on the lookout. And now I gotta open the chat up again. Yeah. I don't... You know what? I can't say it's not the Wi-Fi. It's most likely the Wi-Fi. I'm not sure, though. So far, the only person who has complained about consistent disconnects from devices is me. Which means I definitely know that my laptop is the one at fault. It is the one lacking. So, yeah. Which sucks. But at the same time, I'd rather know what the issue is than it torment me. So, anyway. Where do I go now? Right. Rather than dropping down, we want to go out this door and drop down here. So now we're on the balcony. It is death down there. I'm pretty sure it's just death. I think death is the only thing that is offered to us. And we have another enemy with just like spikes shoved through something as their weapon. Whoa, I had to release early there, because he was gonna mess me up. Oh, shut up. Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. You give love a bad name. Gosh. Drinking more water. Okay, I don't think there's anything you can get by dropping down at a certain point on this platform. I think it's just to be like rickety and creepy and old and moody. Moody Blues! Alright, so, welcome to another thing I missed. Which is basically just the theme of Nathan Plays Bloodborne. Look at all the stuff that I didn't get. So over here, we got poison knives. You might be thinking, wow, poison knives. Big deal. Well, if you continue on this way, guess what else you can find? Yeah. That's right, more poison knives. But other than that, we got this guy here. Talk.
Whoa! Blimey, don't scare me like that. On a night like this, I took you for a monster. Oh, thank the stars, you're fairly normal. Was it you who put down that awful beast? Ooh, that thing had me trembling, frozen in my boots. And then you came along. Well, if you're a hunter, then would you know of any safe havens?
Now, if you caught what it appeared to be that he was doing, it could be construed and assumed that this guy had just killed these three people, which looks to be a family, and has been eating them. So, which is actually perfect timing that you're here. Oh, does it? You might refresh your page for that. And check your quality settings. But since you're here, you get to decide the fate of this person, which I thought we weren't going to be able to do today. So, esteemed Kelly Bogle, birther of my body. I'm never going to say that again. I will probably say that again, most assuredly. Birther of my body. Molder of my soul and mind and heart. I'm sure Father is there as well. Where would we like to send this creepy, bloody, bandaged man? Do we want to send him to Odin Chapel or Yosefka's clinic? Chapel or clinic? You decide. The choice is yours. Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo. Up, yep. As I played my part, you played your game? I played my part, and you played your game. Alright. Fate time. 1 or 2. Type 1 if you want this guy to go to Odin Chapel. Type 2 if you want him to go to Yosefka's clinic. Chapel? Chat's saying chapel. Get this man some help. Send him to the chapel. Because here's the interesting thing is, I sent people, my first playthrough, I sent people just randomly on a whim, and I totally missed this guy. So I actually don't know anything about this dude and what he can accomplish for you, or what he does, other than the fact that he looks like he's kind of crazed and violent. So it looks like he's going to chapel. All right. In the wise words of Iron Man, let's take him to church.
Well, I'll be. Thank you. It's about time I made a move. I can't very well stay out on my own. Oh, you're giving me hope. Terribly kind of you. Take this. It's all I can offer us, thanks.
Alrighty. We got... What did we get? I wasn't actually paying attention. What did we get from him? I don't remember it being anything that was, like, incredibly useful. 2. Was Chapel 2? It said Chapel on 2. I'm not sure which was which. But Chapel was first, and that's what we went with. He gave you something. Oh wait, I can actually just look back. Because I can rewind my own stream that I'm watching. And see what it is. Pungent blood cocktail. Haha! I'm nothing if not resourceful and stupid. Okay. That's that. That's this guy. So, yeah. Let's take one last little look at this situation that we walked in on him doing here. He's all torn up. And bandages and... Why can't I walk around this body? Body's actual physical thing. Yeah, it might very well be that we encountered him doing things that he did not want us to see. Which is very, very just horrible, you know? It's a bad time. It's a bad time all around. Thank you. I appreciate you letting me know. Hunter Blood Cocktail. That is my favorite item in Bloodborne. Thank you. Anyway, so with the fate of that man decided, here's the big ticket item that you can find in here, which I was because I'm doing a strength build for my practice account, my practice file. This thing, I did not know was here. Cannon. That's right. There is a gun in this game that is a legit just cannon you can put on your hand. And I knew it was a thing. I knew about it. I didn't know where it was, didn't know how you get it. But here it is. Nonetheless, here it is. Large prototype firearm fashioned by the workshop heretics, the powder kegs. Sound like a biker gang or like a group of pirates. Powder kegs. Use of this weapon is equivalent to toting a mounted cannon, complete with its ridiculous weight, staggering kick, and lavish use of quicksilver bullets into battle. Such a monstrosity was doomed from the start, and indeed its development was cut short. Yet, against impossibly gigantic foes, it might be just the thing. It's true. You never know when a giant arm cannon could actually be useful in combat, especially in a game like Bloodborne. Am I right? And now if you look at what it requires, this is that 30 strength requirement weapon I was talking about earlier. This weapon requires you to have 30 points put into strength. And just so y'all know, right now we have 12 put into strength. That's right. We ain't never using the cannon. We ain't never using the cannon. And that's just how Bloodborne goes, man. You pick your playstyle, and that's just... those are the weapons that you get to use. That's just how it works. Don't think I've missed anything yet. I think we're good. To move on. Moving on. Moving on, in fact, actually. We have to fight fair and square fully this time. Snake Boy! We all love Snake Boy, right? Right. Okay, calm down. Gee whiz, man. Chill the heck out. Nope, I want to... there it is. You gotta wait for the long animation. The long string of attacks. And then he's super easy to parry. Super easy. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. But with that enemy fallen and our pockets full of spoils and whatever, I don't know. Ooh, wait, what's up here? Ooh! Yay, I love these. These are some of my favorite things. These are a few of my favorite things. When the beast bites, when the snake stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my twin Bloodstone gems, and then I don't feel so bad. Anyway, this guy, he's got a pot on his head. I love this guy. He's got, you know, we should get our cane out as well. We're fellow cane users.
Ah, a new face, are you? And an accomplished hunter, it would appear. I am Volta, master of the League. Members of the League cleanse the streets of all the filth that's spread about during the hunt. Like any half-decent hunter ought to, you know? Haven't you seen enough of these wretched beasts? Freakish slugs and mad doctors. Sentence these fiends to death with the help of your League confederates. What do you say? Why not join the League?
So it's at this time that Nathan, remembering the things of which he has done and the places to which he would like to go, is going to quickly remind himself of the many ways that he can screw up important side quests that he would like to accomplish. I don't think joining the League prevents me from doing what I want to do. Yes, yes. Dun 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 dun. Do 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 bum bum do. Okay, we're good. we're good. I just want to make sure that aligning myself with these guys wasn't gonna make Eileen sad. Because I don't want to make Eileen sad. She's my girl. She's my weird crow woman.
As a hunter well should. Commit this to heart. Our own Carol rune, symbol of the League.
We're part of the Justice League, guys! We did it! Yes!
The night brims with defiled scum and is permeated by their rotten stench. Just think, now you're all set to hunt and kill to your heart's content. Hunt in cooperation with your fellows, your League confederates.
Okay, crazy.
Now, there is one thing you must know. By the oath of the League, those who bear its rune will see vermin. Vermin writhe deep within all filth and are the root of man's impurity. All vermin are to be crushed. The League exists to expunge all vermin, ridding us of any trace of human corruption. And so, until we are rid of all vermin, you must continue to hunt and kill. This bloody fate is ours alone. Do not expect the world to grasp our work. But remember, the Confederates will always have my blessing. And each other. Always.
So, I think the main thing... There's two things I don't understand about this guy. One, the thing he wants, like, me to align with him to do is just what I'm doing as a hunter. I'm killing monsters. That's just what I'm doing. And two, how come he closed this door? Why wouldn't he open it for me? Do you know how much time that would have saved me? This guy's a little sus. I'm just saying, he's a little sus. You have a third dialogue?
The League exists to expunge all vermin, ridding us of any trace of human corruption. And so, until we are rid of all vermin, you must continue to hunt and kill. This bloody fate, do not expect the world and...
Yes, okay. I wasn't sure if that was familiar or not, but it was. And with that being said, welcome to a circle. We made it back to the lamp. So we will take a much-needed siesta back at the Hunter's Dream. The Hunter's Dream. Let me take a little bite of my dinner. That's now cold. How? Alright. Anything new in the store? Always gotta make sure. Just want to make sure. So now we have acquired the cannon. We can purchase it, but why would we purchase what we already have? Okay. Let's re-equip while we're here. And first let's take a look at that rune, shall we? Let's look what that does. Impurity rune, symbol of the League Oath. Runes by Carol. A Carol rune that transcribes inhuman sounds. This rune, discovered inside the forbidden beast eater, came to symbolize impurity and the oath of the League. Peter. I probably do a very bad impression of that, but I'm going to keep doing it anyway, it's fun. Confederates of the League cooperate with hunters from other worlds and hunt to discover Peter. Peter writhed within filth and on the root of man's impurity. It's starting to sound like my Obama impression. Crush all vermin without hesitation. So yeah, this is what I do. That's my job. I'm a hunter. That's what I do. I don't see how that's any different. That's like being a fry cook and then like starting like the Fry Cooks Association. And they're like, so what do we do at our fry cook meetings? Like, we cook. We fry cook. It's like, this is a waste of my time. But what it does is an effect, though. I should just read it word for word. I think what it's supposed to do, like, when you're teamed up with someone online or with, like, when you chime the bell, it gives you more HP. Maybe not when you chime the bell, or it might just be when you hunt with other people. But I'm not going to, so joke's on you. Got him. We're going to go ahead and fortify weapons, because we've gotten quite a few twin Bloodstone shards. We're going to go ahead and fortify this dude. We're so close from being able to use a new Bloodstone on him. Dang. Or not, infuse it with a blood gem. Speaking of which, would we even have the required one? The necessary one? To put in it? We have to give it the fire one. Wait, could we give it fire and electricity at the same time? That would be cool. Wait, could we? It's the same one, the circle ones, like the crescent style. Huh. Oh, hey. This one is better. Well, who do I want to give that to? It's not better for you. It's still not better. And then you, my friend, have some kind of weird stuff because you're using the firepower right now. So yeah, we'll give this to you then. Yeah. Blunt power up. Heck yeah. Certainly, sir, certainly. That increases it with blunt by 2, but we get reduced physical attack total by more than we'd be getting, so we're not going to equip that. Okay. And you're still the one thing. Cool. Well, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. I have now officially
Welcome home. What is it you desire?
reached where I wanted to
Very well. Let me
get in today's playthrough. So yay! Yay! The downside of that is I'm
Farewell,
not
good
too
hunter.
sure what to do now. I'm not too sure what to do now. Because on one hand, he loves her. But on the other hand, there is no other hand. Name that movie. or film, whatever, play, whatever you want to call it, book. I'm sure it was a book too. Probably a book first. I feel like it's usually like book, play, movie, right? Anyway, there's a few things we could do. One, we could go back to the Forbidden Woods, and we could explore and find and try to make sense of what else is down there, because there are some pretty horrible things that are going to await us. And actually, thinking about it, hold on, I'm thinking with my brain. I'm thinking with my really big brain. We aren't too far from... Wow, we are not too far from where we need to be. Holy cow. I'm almost completely caught up to where I am on my other profile. That's crazy. Yeah, what level am I? Hold on. Hold the phone! If you had the chance to change your fate, would you? Yeah, we are very close. So we're not too far from getting through a very difficult, very big portion and chunk of the Forbidden Woods, which has some pretty horrible enemies in it. Which, honestly, might want to get done. Because I feel like it would be fun to visit the Nightmare and go deeper into the ritual altar a little bit tomorrow for Halloween. So you know what? Yeah, let's do it. Let's march back up. Is it the Unseen Headstone? No. Frontier? Yeah. And let's go back into the woods, shall we?
Let's shall.
I'm excited to see how the threaded cane will do in this area. Hold on. No, not Princess Bride. That is a... And thank you, by the way. My phone isn't updating the chat in real time for me. I should probably just switch back to my laptop for the chat. We seem to be pretty stable. Are we still seeming stable, by the way? I'll just ask you. But no, it is not Princess Bride. It is, at least from the version I've seen of the play / movie, is Fiddler on the Roof. Fantastic story. I'm not gonna mess with you again. I'm gonna leave you to your own devices over there. And okay, so here's the unique situation that I was figuring I'd get in tonight, but eventually, at some point is I'm gonna be going basically solely off of my memory from playing this years ago. I did not get this far practicing earlier today. We're good? Okay, good. Cool. So I might get spooked, I might yelp and scream, I might die. You never know. It's exciting. We're in semi-blind territory right now. And the worst part is, there are some enemies around here that I do not appreciate the appearance of. I appreciate that they're in the game, because I think they add some really interesting variety. But, oh, man. All of you that, don't go out into the world and stay away from fields with tall grass. You are in for a horrible treat. Is there more up here? Oh, there he is! There's the new enemy! Oh, and there's another one. Look at them. Look at them, chat. Look, chat room! Spaghetti Snake Man! Look at him. It's a collection of snakes. Love and look and like it. You have to. Because we're going to fight them big, small, and tall, and all around in the Forbidden Woods. In the deep Forbidden Woods, we'll call it. It is not a good time. I'm going to jump up here. Because I've not done this before. And we're going to see what I can find. Perhaps this will lead us to some goodies. To riches untold. Untold riches? You know, untold riches? What is going on over here? See, I'm a little freaked out now because I actually don't know what's going on, what's coming up. And I don't have any background noise, like a video playing while I'm practicing, so I'm just kind of... What the heck are you? Oh, I don't like this at all. Oh, no. Oh, wait, are you just one of those knight dudes? Oh. Oh, I know where I am. I recognize this. Oh, this is fine. This is fine then. Okay. Well. Well, we know how to deal with these things, right? If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, pungent blood cocktails. Ooh. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Grandpa would love this, wouldn't he? He would absolutely love this part of the game. Before I moved out, I played this part of the game. The chances of you seeing me here, actually, once before, are very... You may not remember, but I do. Is he still there? He's not in his little hidey hole anymore, but I'm still gonna drop down and attack. Okay, he's not there. Where did he go? He's gonna have moved somewhere, and he's gonna surprise me, and it's gonna suck. I'm gonna get scared, and it's gonna be really embarrassing. Nope, we're good. Huh. That's weird. Oh, there he is! He just patrols. What do you do for an attack? Is this when I get close to you, you do stuff? Or do you, like... You yak at me? You spit up? You throw up? You shoot a venom thing? No, you just do a little snake move. So then this weapon's gonna be really good for this area, because I can just keep you guys the heck away from me. Yeah. Looks to be the case so far. In the 2 cases that I've had. Not bad. Not shabby. Not too shabby. Happy shabby life. So we all truly aspire to have. Is that what song's called? There's a game called Tulip. I think it was on the PS2? PS2 game? Has a really interesting, like, freeform kind of alternative jazz soundtrack to it. I think one of the songs is called Happy Shabby Life. And it's like do 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 bop do do bop bop do do bop do, and then like a kazoo gets in there. It's like but then there's another version where there's like just a guy going both versions of the song are incredible. I personally enjoy the kazoo and guy going crazy with his vocal cords equally as much. But that song will always have a soft spot in my heart because of Stephen and Mel. Shoutouts to Stephen Plays, who raised over $100,000 for Extra Life last week. Shoutouts to them. Doing good work. Also, we have more of these Squidward statues here. These little Squidward-looking alien statue guys over here. Little weird holes. It's nice. It's a good time. It's not a good time. But it is to me, because I'm playing. See? And I'll say it again, you know, just to make my point clear across why I enjoy Bloodborne and not other horror games where that's like first person and gives you a flashlight. I can't do anything with that flashlight. But in this game, I can still be afraid to like wander the forest and see and run from and get like scared by the creepy man with the axe standing in the distance, surrounded by moving shrubbery that is snakes. I can still be scared of that, but at least I know I can go over there and mess him up, you know? It makes things better for Nathan. I think it's more fun that way, too. But clearly that's just me, because people go crazy for watching people get scared. Especially on the internet. Ooh, in fact, I think there's another one of those knights around here. Curious. Well, we want to specifically attempt to backstrike that guy. Because he will transform into Snakehead. Oh, you're going to take forever to get over here. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Well, you guys read any good books lately? Eating anything? You guys eating anything? You guys, go ahead and grab yourself a snack. We got some snakes to lure. Go ahead and grab yourself a snack. Pop a bag of popcorn. Grab the honey. Put the kids to bed. Have a good time. Is there anything around here I should be worried about? Coming up from behind.
Giving me a kiss?
Nothing. Okay. I think I've done a good job at clearing any possible awkward backing up into an enemy's maw situations, which is good. Okay, we are going to go in for the backstrike now. Mister, how are you? I'm gonna kill you right now. I don't want you to live. That's why I did you in, Mr. Snake Man. Come at me. I will range you out with my whip cane. That's what I'm about, Mr. Snakes. You think you scare me? You do. But I'm still gonna kill you. Bloodborne is a game that I like to sing and play, 'cause it makes it easier for me to not be scared. I think there's something... Snake jumble? Spaghetti snake? How do you say snake in Italian? Because if it's like a spaghetti snake, then the Italian word for snake would be a good name. But I don't know it, because I don't know Italian. Shout out to all you linguists out there that dedicate your lives to learning multiple languages somehow, and not going completely insane. Good on ya. Okay, nothing over there. Oh, joy. That is a setup right there. You see that? You see how jerkish this is? Look at this. That's your bait. That's a free backstrike right there, y'all. You see that? That. So this is the, I was being... It was a trap for me the whole time. Whole time. Always has been. Or it's the meme of everyone in the church, in the pews, like pointing a gun at the back of each other's head, thinking they got the drop on them. But then the last page is like the old guy with the sniper in the balcony who's aiming at all of them. That is a great, great meme format. Okay, can I please, with a pebble, target the snake over to my left? I cannot. I feel like if I attack, I'm gonna alarm him. Of course, I could do it quick enough to where it wouldn't matter, though. Let's try it. Let's be stupid today. It was all the plan that he'd turn around after all. Of course. Alright, come on. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, there's another guy. So even if you tried to sneak around all this stuff, there was two. That's so mean. That is so mean. So many twin bloodstone shards. They really allow you to start leveling up your, or fortifying your weapons at this point in the game. They're just like, hey, in case you haven't been grinding them out, here are some twin bloodstone shards. Go treat your weapon to something nice. Something special. Look at you looking all special. Okay, ooh. Oh no, here it is. Alright, here we go. You ready for this? You ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Dun, 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 dun. Big, big snake. That's a big snake. Dun, 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 dun. It shoots venom at you, and it's really not cool to see. So yeah, there are really big snakes, and I never figured out how to fight these guys. Never. Playing through my first time, never figured out the right method other than coming up behind them. But they put them in these bottleneck situations that I was like, I don't know what to do. You expect me to know what to do? And I still don't know what to do. So here's what we're going to do, right? Here's what we're going to try. We're going to be fools. We're going to be foolish. And we're going to see if we can take this guy out. Actually, maybe I should cover my escape options first. Let me go down and kill any potentially awkward... Is he still shooting at me? What's happening down there? Someone on fire? I'm gonna let this play out. I mean, there's no reason for me to get involved. Well, cool. It was a big enemy. It exploded. What the heck? Was it a... I don't want to spoil it, but was it a pig? I know there are pigs down here. Well, I guess the snake enemies do explode. Maybe it was a snake. Okay, what's up here? Who was burning? Someone was burning, and I want to understand... the sound in action? Oh, really? Unfortunately, I don't know how to fix that. I did notice, watching back the last part that I did, that at one point, like, the sound just completely gave out, and then caught back up. Like, but it was, like, off. Like, my commentary, which sucked. So, like, when I'm swinging, the swing sound effect happens later than it should. That's unfortunate. Gotcha. Well, let's see here. I think I'm actually in like a safe area here. Advanced settings. Oh, I'm going to the advanced settings. Whoa. Comments to speech. That sounds like a bad idea. Audio sharing settings. Well, I appreciate the heads up. That's very useful, and thank you for the like, by the way. It's very generous. All right, we're gonna see if maybe that resyncs it for some reason. If not, then I don't know how to fix it, but we trudge forward. We trudge forward. Okay. You know, gotta take a little breather for that one. That was oh my, it is super delayed. Oh, I'm listening to it now. That is really bad. Yikes. Huh. You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? Is there a simple, like, just reset? Oh, can I actually just unplug my microphone and play? Slash. There. Hopefully, when I say the word slash, I will be attacking in the game. I'm not attacking in the game. That's very annoying to me. I'm gonna try restarting the broadcast, and then I'm gonna monitor it. So I'm just gonna be having myself in my head, and it's gonna be really annoying. But I'm gonna try restarting the broadcast really quick. But I would just like to say, for reference, when that snake fell on top, or like behind me, I jumped again. So this is why I like to know ahead of time when these things are gonna happen, so I don't look like a complete wuss on camera. And how much I hate horror games. Okay, don't go anywhere. Smash that bell button or whatever they say. I will be back in a very short bit. Kia! Okay, it's synced now. We're good. Okay, I'm gonna spin around, spin around, spin around, spin around. Stop. Okay, we're synced. We're good. We're hot. We're live. Okay, we're gonna... So this is good. It's good that I have, like... I've accomplished what I wanted to accomplish, and at the same time, I'm now able to use the rest of the stream time to help me avoid being afraid, because I can be dual-brained and be listening and watching for how the stream is operating. So, this is a good distraction. I'm going to hear myself in the back of my head, and that's going to be hard, but Oh, whatever. Oh, excuse me. Good gracious. Don't you swing your big disgusting snake head at me. Oh, pardon me, sir. I would rather you die. Thank you. Thank you, Snake Man. Snake Man, you're way too close. Back it up. Alright, there we go. Hello, welcome. You have found once again the stream of champions. Hiya! Spin around, spin around, spin around, spin around, spin around, stop. We're synced. I'm listening to myself. I have my headphones on, so I'm gonna be hearing everything I say twice, and it's gonna be annoying. But I'm doing it for the chat. We're doing it live. And thank you for the likes, by the way. I appreciate that.
That makes me feel hot happy.
Oh, gosh. Okay. This is the worst. I mean, what is to be done? What is there to do? Oh, he's moving! Oh, okay. I see. I have a window of opportunity. Come on. Oh, wait, no. Oh, he's forgotten that I can exist sometimes. Ooh. Well, there goes my window of opportunity. This is bad, right? This is a bad situation. Hey, Snake Man, how you doing? Oh, he's slithering. Oh, there's another snake! Smaller snake, trying to sneak up on Nathan. Not gonna work, gonna kill him quick. Do not like him. Ow! Haha, I killed your child. How do you feel, you loser? Look at him glide around. He's kind of like a Michael Jackson snake. Well, now he's not doing it, but he was. Trust me. 40 days and 40 nights, I was on the scene. Man, they just hand these twin Bloodstone shards out like candy. Like candy! Speaking of candy, since this is technically a separate video now, question of the day, new question of the day, what is your favorite Halloween candy? If it's something snake related, then I'd... Oh, that didn't do as much damage as I thought it was going to do. I didn't need to heal there, but I did. Ooh, okay, that did a lot of damage. Oh boy. Big guns, bigger guns, okay. What do I do about this thing? People always tell me, be careful what you do. Don't go around trying to kill big old snakes. What did a lot of damage? Ooh. Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just a girl who claims that I am the one. But the kid, not my son. I'm about to die. I'm about to die, chat room. I'm going to die. Oh, I have Molotovs. Wait. Yeah, what you gonna do about this, son? I can throw stuff too. Oh. Oh. Just a poor little snaky thing. He's freaking dead now. I thought, okay, I'm gonna be honest, I thought that said murky blood gem. I thought it was a, or not a murky, a musky. That was a musky blood gemstone. Beer. Another beer. Gosh, to be honest though, if it was a musky blood gemstone, I would still equip it. Okay. We're good. We are... a new rune! Clear Deep Sea. That sounds like the name of a candle scent. Mama Snake down. Heck yeah. Let's smell this rune, shall we? A secret symbol left by Carol, runesmith of Bergenworth. This transcription of the Great One's inhuman voices depicts down-reaching currents. This rune means deep sea, and grants augmented resistance. Great volumes of water serve as a bulwark guarding sleep, and an augur of the eldritch truth. Overcome this hindrance and seek what is yours. Resist. Add slow poison resistance plus 100. I'm really tempted to go to the Hunter's Dream and equip that because there's more snakes. There's more snakes. Y'all understand this, right? My favorite Halloween candy. Man, it's been so long since I've indulged myself in Halloween candy. But I gotta say, I think one of my favorite Halloween candies to receive were M&Ms. To me, the joy of like a bag of M&Ms being in there, because I know it's just like, it's solid chocolate. I know what it is. I'm happy with that fact. And I get to open it up and sort the colors. That was my jam. And still is. Though I don't buy it very often. Guess what? Snake Men. 3 of them. Wait, if I throw this, will I hit all of you? No, just one and piss off the other. Okay, this is a bad idea. Run away.
They don't know that I'm here. They have forgotten.
Or have we forgotten the words of the Reverend King? Oh, my number of blood echoes is almost a palindrome. They're not tree Medusas. They were people, and their heads exploded into snakes. It's some real Resident Evil stuff. Oh, but he turned around like a fool. Oh, why are you chasing me still? Alright, come on. One by one. You will all go down. One by one. Oh, come with me now. I'm gonna take you down. Oh, come with me now. I'm gonna show you how. Ooh. I like that song a lot. Snake people are real. What is that other meme format that I like so much? That's like psychiatrist, dentures, Lightning McQueen doesn't exist, and then like dentures Lightning McQueen, and it's like Lightning McQueen with really big dentures. Oh, I avoided that attack, and I'm now running because I don't want to be down where there is the unknown. Well, you know that consistently we put people into office in our political system that are reptiles. Birds are fake. There we go. Wake up, water. Oh, I missed! And I'm paying for it dearly. Just gonna shoot you a couple times because I'm mad now. There we go. Okay. See, this is the benefit of having a weapon that only uses 1 Quicksilver bullet, and then having the extra 4 from the rune, because I get to just kind of expend some, just to like do some damage, just for the safe kill. Because I will freak out, and I will. You don't think I will, but I will spam. I will spam my gun. Okay. Ooh! Our first chunk! Yes! Our first chunk of many that we need to fully enhance the Threaded Cane. Our starter Pokemon weapon. Oh my gosh, I forgot how big this area is. And how grueling it is when you die. Because you gotta like go back through all this stuff. Okay, let's check out what's happening down here. I hate it. Thanks. Bye. Gosh, there's so many giant snakes everywhere. I hate it. And I'm not even necessarily afraid of snakes. It's just that in this game they're a little annoying. And they drop from trees and just to scare Nathan. And I don't appreciate when things try to scare me. Why are they trying to scare me? Oh my gosh. I don't think I can take that guy out. I really want to kill at least every enemy once, but we might have to come back here at some point with the poison resistance and, you know, more health and better weapons. And take the rest of these sons of guns down. Because if I could at least make enough progress to... Ow! You shot-leading jerk. Is there any enemy up here? I feel way too safe. That's not okay. 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 We're good? Things are fine? Alright. Well, things are fine for now, but things, in fact, in a little bit will be not fine. They will actually be the complete opposite of fine. Because this area is really big, and there are more troubles coming our way. You see that item? I'm gonna get it. Oh, nerd! There's another item. Gosh dang it. In fact, I am the nerd. Did he move up a little bit? Oh, he did. You jerk. Fine. I know when I've lost. Ooh, what's up here? A way to get the drop on Carlia. Carlia. When will you learn you can't get the drop on me? Oh, you see this? This is a bad idea, right? This is a bad idea, though. Like, okay, I'm gonna paint you the scenario right now, alright? If I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get the drop on these big old snakes, right? Mama snakes. And I'm gonna do a lot of damage. This is gonna end poorly, right? This is a bad idea, right? I shouldn't do this. I want to do it, though. I could do a hit and run kind of situation, right? Like, I jump down there, smash one of them, and then just get the heck out of there. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, bro. Is it, like, super effective? Like Pokemon? If I use a Molotov? Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Chat believes in me. Therefore, I must believe in chat! That was decent damage, actually. That was really decent damage. I wonder if I can parry these things. Come on. Come on. Keep coming. Keep coming, Mr. Snake Man. Mama Snake. Mama Snake. Mama Snake. Mama Snake. He's puppy guarding and it's really annoying. Actually, can I cheese this a little bit? No, I can't, but you can. You sure can. Haha! This is how I took out one of those hunters a couple parts ago. Oh, dang it. Woo! Woo! Come on. Oh, Mr. Snake Man. You have been felled, Snake Mama. Okay, let's... Okay, what's down here that's bad? Everything. Oh, you followed me! I'm gonna take out your child first off. Okay, your child is dead. And I'm gonna untarget you. I'm gonna run like heck. I'm gonna run back up this little hill. Oh my gosh. Alright, one down. One down, and I have 7 Molotovs left. Yo. I'm willing to spend all of my blood echoes. Spin around, spin around, spin around, spin around, stop. Just gotta do a sound check every once in a while. But I'm willing to spend all my blood echoes just to get more Molotovs. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. If we can lead this one... Actually... Can I even drop down from above on you? Ooh, you know, there's a whole option I'm not considering that might be useful. Is this weapon. Maybe. I don't know what was that, guys? I'm scared. Alright, I'm doing it. Yup! Snake did not like it and could not react in time. Pardon me as I do this over and over again. Yup! Haha! Let's go! Okay, I cheesed the one in front of it, and now I'm gonna descend from heaven. And just for fun. Woohoo! Yeah, buddy! Let's go! Just Bloodstone shards. Oh no, here's the item he was protecting. Another rune! It was so worth it! Yes, chat believed in me! Thank you, chat, for believing in me. Oh, I'm so excited. I don't think I've ever gotten this rune before. Deep Sea. Resist Frenzy? Oh my gosh, we could do like defensive rune gameplay here. Let us read from chapter 4, from 2 Samuel 35, verse 80. A secret symbol left by Carol. We all know Carol. Alright, you have fun at work, man. I'm gonna... I assumed you already were. Thanks, bro. Have a good day at work. This transcription of the Great One's inhuman voices depicts downreaching... Oh, that's the same as before. This rune means deep sea and grants augmented resistance. Great volumes of water serve as a bulwark, and that's the same. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. So we can resist 100, plus 100 poison resistance, and plus 100, 200 frenzy resistance. That's very useful. Okay. I have a theory. I have a theory. It might be a bad theory, but we're gonna try it. I might be able to range this... Nope. Oh. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Did you see the finesse? The finesse. More musky blood gemstones! Uh-oh, I'm feeling myself now. I'm gonna get cocky pretty soon, I'm gonna die. And it's gonna be very embarrassing. Oh no. This is a bad... It's a bad sign. Okay. The threaded cane is the way to go for this area. I already went up there. Alright, chat. Here we go. I know, if my memory serves, it's around... There it is. There it is. There's the pig. There's the pig. I'm not excited about that pig. I have died more to pigs than I'd like to admit in this playthrough. It will. Oh, it will. If not just like the greed for echoes, but just like the greed for progress, you know? Okay, let's see if I can sneak up behind this guy. Is there anything around here that's going to alert him? Okay. Approaching very cautiously right now. Charging. Striking. Visceralling. Okay, no enemies up that way. Oh, he's down. Okay, good. I believe there's another one, though. I still think there's another one around here somewhere. So we gotta stay frosty. Do you believe in... What the piss are you? Oh, you're one of those things. Okay. Yeah, I hear ya. I hear ya. I know you see me. I know you're spawning your little snakelings. And I don't appreciate that. It's horrifying. How come we don't refer to birth as spawning a human? I guess one of those reasons could be that it's dumb, but, you know. I would like to... There we go. Okay, I think I officially now am able to recognize the animation I can easily parry him on, and I am willing to I'm willing to not do combat with those things until I see that very animation, and that one alone. Okay, where did the other one go? That is spooking me. Oh, he's gone. He is gone. Oh, that's really... I don't like that. Do not appreciate that. Not a fan. Not a fan. Okay. Bloodstones. There he is. Alright, boy, get over here. It's time to do this. That's right. Come on. That's not the one. That's not the one. That's the one. Whoa, the game is having a hard time loading this guy's animations. Needs a haircut. That's my very loose reference at Monsters, Inc. Oh my gosh, I keep hearing the noises from my previous gameplay in my head, because I'm listening to the audio now, and it scared the crap out of me. Oh boy. Oh. Okay. Things are looking good. I see some snakes over in the distance. What's new? Oh, another mama snake! Yay! Not really, though. Is it just you? Okay, good. Ow. Shard. Frenzied Cold Blood. Goody. Okay. Okay. You, sir, are going down. Your brethren. Oh boy. Okay. We have the strats. We know what to do. Things are possible. There's an item up there that I want that I gotta make sure I go get before. Actually, why don't I just do that now? Yeah, I should just go get that item now. I gotta loop up around here. Alrighty. You have yourself a merry little Christmas. Down here? Oh, that's right. I almost forgot about this guy. Freaking weird, like, Mushroom Man. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Mushroom Man. I don't remember what Mushroom Man does. Who uses Mushroom Man in their deck? Mushroom Man. Actually, can I cheese this too with the threaded cane? Yeah, I can. Here are my... As I walk down ever so slowly. I'm considering putting the messengers back in the urn festival because it's funny that they're all potheads. This is what I got. This is what we're working with. Alright, you weird. Oh, I cannot. Oh, I can cheese it. The threaded cane is amazing. I like this one. Didn't think I'd like it, but I'm liking it. Excuse me, can you please... Oh, no. Yikes. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Oh, you're super weak. Okay, I was worried for nothing. Man. Demon space fungus monsters are not, my forte. I will say. Not a fan. Oh, there's more. Goody. 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 Alright, come on. Come on. Okay. What is that? I ain't getting paid enough for this hunter job. There's a key I missed? Okay. Yes, I do have the DLC. I didn't think I had the DLC. And for my birthday, my brother's girlfriend got me a PlayStation Network card. And I'm like, good, I can get the Bloodborne DLC finally. I already had it. So I was like, oh, okay then. I do not like the looks of this. What is going on? No thank you. Is that one enemy or two? It's in this area? Ooh. Okay, here we go. Oh, gosh. Oh, Molotov? Did them in quick. Whew, boy, that was a really good option. Anti-clockwise metamorphosis. Everything about the name of this thing sounds right up my alley. Let's take a look at what that says before I forget. A secret symbol left by Carol. The twisted cross means metamorphosis. Rotated anti-clockwise, this rune boosts stamina. The discovery of blood made their dream of evolution a reality. Metamorphosis and the excesses and a deviation that followed was only the beginning. Okay. Boost max stamina by 10%. Cool. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of boosting stamina. Yeah, come on up here, dude. Aw, he's kind of funny when he walks. Goodbye, Kelly. He's kind of a doofy boy. I like him. I feel bad for being so afraid and harsh on him earlier now. I think that was all on this section. Man, I totally forgot about this part. Oh gosh. So yeah, I guess a bit of background for you, MPTP 77. Okay, 77. I got rolls off the tongue. It's a cool name, cool nickname for you. Let me know how you like it. I've played a bit of this game before, but stopped because I realized I wanted to get some of my first reactions. So for the sections that I have not, well, this looks bad. So for the sections that I'm not familiar with, I will stop playing ahead on my other profile. But I have played through until ROM. I have beaten ROM. Otherwise, that's all I know of this game. And this is really open, and it's kind of freaking me out. This isn't familiar at all. Oh, I don't know how I feel about it. I'm just gonna run. I'm just gonna run through. You ready? Scooby-Doo, where are you? Oh, high ground. Oh, there's a pig down there. Oh. Okay. I thought maybe it was gonna be like a boss or something. There we go. Alrighty. That is not where I want to be right now. Body, you want to calm down? Okay, back in familiar territory. That feels good. Feels good. Okay. It's time. So wow, that is the range at which it will start to spit the poison gas at me. Aha! Yeah, buddy. There we go. Man, the threaded cane is a good weapon for these snake boys. I've got quite a few blood vials. I'm gonna go ahead and... That was a mistake. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Switch off my cocktails in case things like that happen again, which is why I don't usually have them equipped right out the gate like that. But accidents happen. And with accident forgiveness coverage at your local DMV, you too can be forgiven. And by DMV, I mean car insurance broker. Anyway, I'm getting hungry and tired, so the mental state is not in the best right now. Oh, there's Piggy. Hey, Piggy. How you doing, man? I want you to die. Is that okay for me to say? I hope you do die. Are you the only Piggy? I'm actually not sure. Mr. Piggy. Piggy thick, man. Oh. Ha! Never saw it coming. Well, thank you. It means a lot to you coming here to hang out for the time you did, encouraging me to take on mama snakes, because I now know that the threaded cane is really good for them. So you have a good night, and have a happy Halloween tomorrow as well, which I will be streaming more tomorrow at some point. I'm not sure when, but thanks for stopping by. Okay, time to take care of these dead boys. Oh no, I was using the fire. Yeah. Now this is familiar. This is very familiar. Ow. Okay. Oh, other pig, other pig, other pig. No, 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 no. No, no, no. I say no. I said no. No. I said no. I will. Definitely, indeed, I will. Likewise. I found another rune! So I never knew how to use runes before, but now that I've like defeated the witches and I have the power to use the runes, every time I get a rune I'm excited. I'm like, what? We got the power of the RuneScape. Increases bolt damage? Reduced. Okay. We'll read that more in depth when I feel safer. Where am I emerging from? Oh. Okay. I thought that was a secret tunnel. Secret tunnel! Alright, we're rocking and rolling. Rocking and a-reeling. Oh, your back is turned, piggy, and I have a sedative. I sure hope there's no enemy over on this corner. Son of a gun. Come on, hurry up. I will wait. I will legitimately wait here until this enemy is a safe enough distance to not alert the pig when I kill it. I will. I'll do it. I'm not above waiting. Patience is the name of the game, my friends. You must understand. Please understand. He's kind of got a sexy crawl, though, to him, you know? Kind of got that, like, you know how when people are, like, advertising on being, like, for a photo shoot for, like beachwear or, no, mainly, like a scent. It's like, oh, Mourir doit toi 45. And they're, like, crawling on, like, a bunch of wet rocks in, like, an oasis somewhere. It's like, oh, I bet that smells really good. Yeah, that's exactly what that's supposed to get across to me. Anyway, I feel like this dead creature has potential. Just saying. Just saying. He's got potential. Mr. Pig, I'm gonna kill you. Oh, your pig anus is just so big. I hate it. Oh my gosh. And the pig's butthole has been vanquished. I shouldn't say that. That doesn't sound good. Anyway, moving on. Oh, cool. What is down there? Is down there what I think is down there? Yes, what's down there is exactly what I think is down there. Okay, we're going to take one final look around this direction. I do remember there being only 2 pigs that patrol this circle. What's up here? This is where... Yeah, this is where it was open and I started seeing fungus creatures. Okay, slowing down. Caution. Caution. Okay. Interesting. Definitely have not seen any of this up here before. Oh. Snake Man, are you just gonna turn around on me though? Oh, you're already facing the other way. Okay, come on, let's do this. Get over here. Wasting my time, man. Hurry up. Come on. Oops. Thought you were moving. Thought you were doing the oh so sought after attack. That's not it. Keep jumping the gun, literally. Ooh! Ow! You haven't done that one in a while. I actually forgot you had that. That's really bad. Please, no. That tombstone ended my game very quickly. But here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. You gotta understand. When my goal, like, is to, like, at least kill all enemies that I encounter once, like, that's still progress for me. So all I gotta do is walk my way back there. Was I? Ooh, you know what? I had a feeling up there was... Gosh, dang it. You know what? It's fine. Because all I gotta do is run. I just gotta run there. That's it. And I honestly, now, I have full Quicksilver bullets and blood vials now, too. So, we're just gonna take a little stroll through the Forbidden Woods. It's fine. Mission. Alright, mission. Get back my blood echoes, if I can. Well, would you look at that? It's like nothing even happened. All according to plan. Just wanted to get back here with more resources. I almost believed myself. Okay. Once more with feeling. Actually, maybe I can just whoop-de-wop this guy for now. Get the shortcut just to secure the... Oh, he forgot about me. If he stays turned around, I can get a free backstrike. Oh, this about to get Liddy 550 up in here. Ooh. Nah, he turned around. What a jerk. You know, yeah, you raise a man's hopes like that. Come on. Wait, he has iframes on that? Wow. That's incredible. That little back walk he did was invincible. Full body invincible. That's crazy. Well, he finally gave me the attack to parry, so that was good. That helps. Helps a lot, actually. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, it's a mine shaft. It's a little shafty shaft. Oh, no. Oh, let me get my hand lantern equipped. There we go. Yay! Look at this. Beautiful. Oh, man. It's like a dream come true. Indeed, this is the shortcut that we deserve. Nice. Okay, let's see how much else is around in the Forbidden Woods. I don't think I've got time to be able to beat the boss. I'll definitely want to wait and do some attempts at the boss in practice. Because I don't want to spend hours just dying against a boss. I'd like to learn how to fight it first. Just makes the presentation of the game a little better. IMO. But you never know. If we're like right there, maybe I'll go reawaken and spend my echoes, and then we'll take a crack at the boss. If not, I will not do that. Let's just do a little drop down. Where is Pig? Oh, there is Pig. Wait, can I backstrike you consistently? Is that... Did you see me? Oh, piss. Oh, crap. Ow! I gotta get out of here. Oh, see ya. Smell ya later. Porky. That's all, folks. And Porky number 2. Gonna scream. I'm gonna run right on by. Okay. Oh, there's an alternate path down here. Is this gonna lead us by that last mama snake? Oh no, this goes to a... I can open the gate. I'm afraid to open the gate. I've opened the gate. The gate has been opened. Oh. I'd rather fight you in this chokehold. Here. Come on down, brother. You are the next contestant on The Price is Right. Congratulations! You did it! You made it, dude! It's your lifelong dream come true! Sorry, I'm just shooting you. Don't worry about it, though. Sorry. I feel the need to apologize when I fail at parrying. I'm just, like, pelting an enemy with bullets. Oh! It's working, though. Let's be honest. There we go. Whew, there is no amount of Quicksilver bullets I will not expend just to kill a simple enemy. For safety. So what's in here? A rune, perhaps? What is this? Clockwise metamorphosis. So we had counterclockwise, and now we have clockwise. So if I had to guess, this is going to give us fire resistance? Raises HP. Rotate clockwise, this rune boosts HP. What was the one that did lightning? Oh, that was, the water one. That was like river or something. Dissipating Lake. That's what it was. Dissipating Lake. Okay. 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 Well, what is around here? Oh, interesting. Is that the function of that rune? Is that I can then summon people? I've never used the runes up until last episode, or the last time I streamed. Oh, and this gives me a drop on Mama Snake. I am not doing that. Been there, done that. And they're probably what I'm supposed to use for the boss. Yeah, I'm guessing. I'm assuming. That's cool that they keep some of the stuff you unlock kind of contained in the same area, so it makes sense. Appreciate the tip, Green Bean. Greatly appreciated all of your tips. Since I would like to spend these echoes before the end of the episode, I'm not gonna make an attempt here. We're gonna go ahead and regroup. I might be able to upgrade some weapons as well, because we've gotten quite a few blood gems.
Piggy? Porky? Porky Pig, I presume.
Okay, here we go. Here we go, here we go. And Mad Dash. I'm so glad they take time to scream. Ooh. Making it. Baking it. Ooh. Bacon. Nice. Nice. Could use some bacon. Okay. Dope. I'd like to see the summon of those guys just to see what it's like. So I'll probably end up equipping that for next part. Hey buddy, how you doing? It's me again. Friendly neighborhood hunter. Here to kill all demon kind. I gotta say, I like how the shortcut doesn't give you just like an immediate out to get to a lamp. There's actually still a little more legwork you have to put in. Good way to also increase the difficulty on the game, in my opinion. Pretty neat. Alrighty then. Do not go in there. Let me tell you something. Fire Marshal Bill. Okay, nope. We're good. We're good. We're still good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Let's go level up the old hunter's weapons, yeah? Okay, nice. We have enough to get you up there. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so then my question is... reduces stamina cost, adds slow poison? That's a lot of poison. Oh boy. Oh boy, that's a lot of poison. But first things first, I want to see if I can get a fire lightning weapon. Fire attack up. Can I really do this? Hold on. Before the episode ends, I may have to go whack someone with this to see if it does both elements in one hit. Just out of my own curiosity. So we'll have to try that. I may even do that off screen. Okay. Okay. But man, slow poison 3.1. That is a lot of poison. I enjoy seeing that much poison. Reduced stamina cost is nice too. I tend to do power attacks with this weapon. Oh, you can't mix elements. Aw, man. That's too bad. Okay, well then. Ooh, here's a good question. Poison, is that considered an element? Because I feel like it wouldn't be. So it's not up near the attack types. It's down near special attack. So I'm guessing it's not, but you may be able to help me and tell me otherwise. Man, I could just do a total overhaul on one of my weapons to just make it poison. Oh boy. I've always been a fan of using poison in games like this, and RPGs. I think it's fun to do just like overtime damage. That's kind of like, it almost feels like a darker, more evil technique. I really like using Bio in Final Fantasy VII. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. I'd be lying to say I was a little disappointed, but giving me all of these abilities to like increase the poison did seem a little weird. Like it might have been like abusable to just kind of hit and run and then come back, like I was doing earlier, except with poison, so it's more effective. But that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Well then. Let us just go for overall stat increases for the weapons at this point. Oh. And give you the power of fire once more, because I love it. Okay. Oh, there was one that was blue. Rush goes down by 2. Physical attack overall goes up by 3, though. And adds these jank poisoning effects that probably won't come in handy, but we are getting at least +1 on stats, so we'll equip that one. Wait, arcane? Arcane attack? What? Nani? Arcane damage? That's cool. But we're not getting a bonus. So no. I'll have to look into more about what this stuff means, that I can like put arcane on there. That's weird. That is better. I will take this. Thank you very much, sir. You have a good night, Mr. Blood Gemstone. I can speak. I swear. Okay. I think this is about as good as I'm gonna figure to get it for right now. Is this... Yes. Okay. What about my pistola? I don't really see myself switching to any other pistol, to be honest. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and do this. And if I do, then it's fine. At least I've been using a better one. Instead of not having used a better one. And we still only have those two to choose from. Okay, cool. And last but not least, we will do the old level up.
Well, what is it?
Welcome home, good
Very
hunter.
well. Let me.
Scooby-Doo. Yeah, one just across the board seems good to me. I like the idea. Later on, we're gonna need using a blood tinge, half blood tinge, half skill weapon, which is gonna be interesting because I don't know how it works, and that'll be fun learning that. So I'm just gonna prepare a little extra blood tinge. It's also good for the gun as well. Ah, feels good. Feels good. I haven't checked up on to see if Garamond is back here in a while. Buddy? You back here? No? You guys are still looking good. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Okay. Anything over new in the Insight shop? I have not checked this in a hot minute. Other than just, like, there's good stuff. Yeah, we can get Henrik stuff, we can get Gascoigne stuff. Might do that sometime for lore purposes. For now, I want to just kind of hold off on spending Insight, I think. Okay, we'll take a look at our runes, and then that'll pretty much put us 5 till 11, and then we'll be good. Boost to transform. Yes. More echoes. That's why I've been getting so many echoes. That would have been... See, they give you, like, the good resistances for the place you need them, but I would need to have died to get back to a place to equip it. Which one is this? This is that one. So we'll go ahead and give... Alright, see you later, Green Bean. Thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate it. And also the hot tippage. Tippage? Is that a word people say? It's probably not, but, you know, I hope it catches on sometime. You know what? Actually, hearing me say it back through... No, we're not going to say tippage. That's a bad... No. We're gonna put an axe to that immediately. We're not saying tippage anymore. That's... so shameful. Boost max stamina. We're gonna do that. We're going to physical damage reduction, yeah, and then I have a max HP though, right? Don't I? %. I'd rather have the HP than defense. So then we'll do Quicksilver bullets. Yes. Oh, and here's this one. There we go. Neat. Oh, I never read this one either. Well, let me read it really quick. A carol rune that transcribe... Ugh, I can't talk right now, it's so late. A carol rune that transcribes inhuman sounds. This rune, discovered inside the forbidden beast eater, came to symbolize impurity and the oath of the League. Confederates of the League cooperate with hunters from other worlds and hunt to discover vermin. Vermin writhe within filth under the root of man's impurity. Crush all vermin without hesitation. Oorah. I guess. Okay, I think that's about what we want for a boss fight. Yeah. Okay, well, the last thing I'm gonna do with these echoes is just take a look at our supplies. We have a ton of blood. I'm so glad I did a lot of grinding for blood vials and quicksilver bullets early on. We're gonna get some Molotovs. We'll buy like 8 of these. And then fill up on antidotes. Sure, why not? And then more Molotovs. And then quicksilver bullets. Good. Good. There we go. Nice. Well, it's time to get back into the canonical Dorothy outfit. Oh, Dorothy. How we love and appreciate you. And all that you do. Ah. That's gonna do it for tonight. Without further ado, thank you so much for watching. As always, don't forget to play some video games today. Or tomorrow. By the time you're watching this, whenever you're watching this. My name is Nathan. Starbracer. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Hold on. I didn't even do the intro. I didn't even say my name.